Jesse Bistro. And people want to.
Yep. And you said.
And also, what about public comment? Conversation, if you want to have a conversation, please take it outside. So Carrie can record. Okay, so no public comment. What about consent? Am I here? Motion to approve the consent? I have to approve the consent and approve it. Yeah. Okay. All in favor? Aye. We've got 3 ayes. Johnny. Did you say aye or abstain? You said aye.
There's a motion.
Consent on the consent.
I'm not sure. I'm abstaining.
Okay, so 2 to 1. Consent with conditions.
Sal, John, and you.
Yep.
That's what I.
I think it's the condition. All right, all in favor? Aye. Aye. Okay. What sign? Yep. Let me try John. The Sea Grill wants to reduce the size of their sign by 20%. Make a new one but smaller.
What you been looking at? Anything?
Yeah.
Anything?
Okay. All in favor of Val's motion? Aye. Aye. Okay. And yes, and do I hear a motion to hold 3 West Street closed? Motion approved those 3. Okay. All in favor? Aye. Old business. 10 Long Pine Drive. Service point. Applicant. In front of house.
Met applicant in front of house, either put on roof or on south side of yard on the south. That screening on Long Pond with something is not enough and can go away. So the fear is that the screening can be shot easily, and thus we gain sight of the event.
So that was September, and then the other latest one is the south next to north as
So it's the south side, not north.
so this is a green heavily very thick, very moving several room to write, hidden writing and never he's even learned to put a beauty. You can take your place to right, but you can teach him ever beauty. There is no and the best direction to put in the head of the house, better than to see it. This own thing. And so often work is and here we're also to exactly so the person knows who on the neighbor side, this side, is that also vegetation?
Yeah. It's huge, really.
So there are photos in the packet that show the and this is what you have. You have two sets of height is 69 with 6 length is 38 feet. That's the scale with anybody wants to go first? I will. I think you will go first. To experience this with our snapshot. This is it.
I agree with Val on that.
John?
I think the lack of visibility.
Really? Good.
Because if you look in from the outside of the driveway, on the right side, where to the road, maybe something would be about 7 foot.
So I would make a motion to approve the yeah. So it was in here.
Right.
I can call him in tomorrow if you want to go Thursday. I mean, well, it would be at the next meeting then, because we're not. We all having.
It would be a quick one though, Val. We did exactly.
Oh, right. You got rid of that? Okay, so it might be.
Everything else other.
Okay, yeah, all in favor of holding,
Next week, the 15th.
rooftop. Okay, so all in favor of that, move to Thursday? to hold that until Matt arrives? Yeah. Motion to hold 3, 4, and 5 for applicant. Very good. Hold till Matt gets to it. And East Street. We've got McLaughlin Camp Water. No, I didn't know. That's fine. We're waiting for the applicant.
Hey, Don, how are you? Good. Alright, so update everybody on this one. So last time we met, we received some comments from you. We were outside, Roger, Don, you mentioned didn't want to see anything. We were moved cameras on that. Pictures. This is the first part of what the board agreed on. It felt like they appreciated the most. So any thoughts, comments? I also went out there and took some pictures, and I'd love to share them with the board as well.
I did too. We've got some advisory comments. I do think you'll see it from the water. It says, okay, responded to last comment. As previously stated, should be ground mounted. Is that what the Nantucket advisory can do? I thought you were thinking, or is that not?
Oh, are you listening to
The rest here definitely. I just thought they were research.
Yeah, they were happy with everything.
Bias with the picture.
And I have pictures to show you with that. So I'm just gonna show you one side first, and then I can show you the second side. So there's kind of two driveways. Just to show that you can't see. If you don't mind this.
Yeah, what?
This is where you'd be looking at from the street, right? And so this is the picture from E Street looking up, and you'll see there's this building in front of it. You literally can't see it. And I got some John, I have pictures to you.
Yeah.
John, if I could help orient you, you wouldn't mind? Yeah. So this picture is at the end of the road, looking up towards this panel, but you can see this building in front with the doorman. Here. So there's no visibility on that side. And then looking from here on B Street, here's our picture, and that's showing that dormer here. It shows a little bit of it.
Yeah, I think it's not. So who's on this again? I'm not on it. Johnny.
And then John, I can show you this as well.
Okay.
So this is looking from this way.
I'm more concerned about the
water. Yes, you'll see one on the water.
So
Yep.
I'm thinking of public comment.
Yep. Yeah, so yeah, I got sent a photograph from the water today, and I know that we're gonna see this panel on the north side of the, if you'd like to remove that one as well.
I don't know if it's
Is that
the
your-
north.
Well, it's the west side of that north
Yeah,
face.
Sort of. southwest.
That's fine. You want to remove that?
I'm not on this, but can I make a comment? As somebody who has been working on the solar regulations, I will just remind my board, you just make sure it can't be seen because this is on a wood roof and we usually require the roof to be changed to a dark color
And if I get
to minimize the impact.
Yep. And to comment on that, totally agree with Val. In this case, the homeowner really wanted to go with the wood shingle. And then one of the nice attributes too is all the roofs that aren't, don't have solar on them still appear to be wood. So it's really keeps the historic character intact. So with removing those ones on the north side you mentioned, I'm more than happy to do that and move forward.
I don't know if it's the north, it's really the east side of the,
Well, we can circle the one,
this one, from Walter Barrett here.
So John, this is the only one you can see from the north side here. We're going to remove this one. Okay?
I hear you.
Great.
It's the west side. It's the west side of the north facing gate.
Exhibit A.
okay.
Thank you, TJ.
We're doing exhibit A. This is TJ doing exhibit A.
Sure.
But he's already got it next there. Just put it in.
I'll just do that on the site plan.
Yeah.
Buzzing.
Okay, so, John, what are your feelings?
I have a comment, yeah.
Yeah, please.
I got to say this is Nantucket. Get to step into there with them. We tried one. We got our ears pinned back from public. And
Right.
I'm thinking that these here, I agree with the committee here. It should be ground mounted. There's enough land here to ground mount them, all 5 of them.
Can,
But your native planting is going to be the
Why don't
bottom.
you take a note of that, and then we're just gonna go around.
I think
Jesse,
if
you want
we
I'm not,
say
no.
yes to some of these, we are gonna start a precedent for the old village of Nantucket. And this I hate to see happen, because we put them other places around the island, they're not in the old historic district area. We have not established the one in Nantucket yet by vote. So I'm just saying it's a bad precedent to put them.
Right.
so as far as the comments on the ground array, or
TJ?
Yeah, I mean, I would obviously prefer a ground array on this too, but I'm seeing that visibility is very limited other than this one on the north facing west gable. I'd like to see what the rest of the board says.
Just the rest of the board
just you,
is me. Okay, so my feeling on this is, I'm with TJ on this. I went out to the site, I couldn't see it from Tennessee. So I'm okay with the panels in the back, because it doesn't really matter. But we would have that caveat that we would have to keep the vegetation as is.
yeah,
That
Yep.
we would never see these 2 panels.
Yep.
And that we would nix the one on the southwest. Is that what
Exhibit A.
Exhibit A?
and there's also additional, for the whole property, there is additional landscaping going.
Could I just ask
Yep.
Tobias, why are you not proposing a ground array?
There's absolutely no space. So if you look at that. So this is the north side of the property. So if you're looking at the property here,
Yeah.
to the south, the property line is literally right here.
Yeah.
So I have virtually no,
Mm-hmm.
there's like space here, but literally then you,
And is this all protected, NISA and?
yeah, this is all protected and literally it slopes, like the water's here, so it slopes, over the course of 40 feet or so. And so you'd literally be shading it out, and I couldn't even build in a wetland. Because you can see the FEMA flood zone
I
right
see
here.
that now.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay.
Okay, so we would have to, because of limited, okay.
Okay.
I'm going to make a motion.
So I'll make a motion to approve per Exhibit A, removing the west-facing panels on the north-facing gable due to lack of visibility.
All in favor of TJ's motion?
Just you three.
I say aye. So the motion passes.
We have a motion, what was the motion?
Motion to approve with removing that
Yes.
section of panels.
Yes,
Yeah.
the inside one, the other one, that one.
You're still putting them in Nantucket, just remember that.
No,
You're
I know.
ruining this commission, I'm telling you. Now anybody who wants them can have them in Nantucket. I hope you realize what you voted on.
What
Go
was
right
your
ahead.
vote?
I'm not in favor.
Okay, so 2 for, 1 against.
Thank you.
Again, we always try to keep things minimally visible, in keeping with the board's wishes. So thank you.
There,
Is that the motion for both of them?
are there 3 of
For the
them?
main house.
That's the main house.
It might as well be for both of them.
It's the same board as before.
Is it the same, picture,
Mm-hmm.
or is there another panel?
I think all of the discussion.
Given it is on the east elevation as recommended last time, we have no further issues on this. Is this, which is the,
This is what we're reviewing.
Yeah, so this is for the cottage.
so if you're coming down, and it's the same. It's actually not visible. I don't know why that's.
Can I see that photo, Val, please?
Looking.
Actually, it's in my email.
So that's from the East Street to East Street Abbey.
Where is that on the picture?
Right here.
So it's a lower in
Where
lot.
is it on here?
Oh, is the cottage not framed
It's
yet?
it's not even built yet. It's a little tiny cottage right here, and it's built on this side of the roof. So just how you guys just approved this far roof here, on that same side. But it's even shorter than
Is
this
on the
building here.
other side of the building?
No, so this is like a common deck here. And if you look at the photo, this end building is this right here.
Yeah,
So theoretically, if you were coming this way, you might
you see that,
spot that from the harbor.
yeah.
But again, it is like set back as well, and it is behind this building to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
TJ, it's no more. Another way to think about it is if you look at the other section you just approved
Yeah.
here, it's no. This isn't visible, and this is even less visible than that.
We just approved,
Yeah,
took that one off.
Yeah, you
there.
remove that.
And now there's going to be a building somewhere here.
This doesn't seem visible because there's a building sort of helping that.
Right,
But this one seems like if you were out here in the harbor, you would see that.
but it's significantly low. You know. If you look at your elevations, of the building, because there's this one as well here, and we've made a decision not to put any on that to especially shield it.
Yeah, this might be a good time to wait until that structure is built and we can see it, because it's hard for us to imagine that, the architecture.
Of course.
So could we?
Do you want to just hold this one?
Yeah,
on
let's
that
hold for
until we-
more information, meaning let's hold for the building to be framed.
Not a problem at all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Make it easy.
All in favor of TJ's motion? Aye. Okay.
Move forward.
To hold it,
We're-
John?
we're just holding-
Just to
we're
hold
just-
it, John.
We're just holding it until they put up the structure, and then we
I
can
didn't
see.
hear the motion, that's why.
The motion is to hold for more information.
Until the building's framed, and then we can get a proper look at it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
30 minutes.
This one. No.
What's next? Oh, would you like to take that?
Although, I'm still missing 2 board members, I was gonna see if I could try to remember to get Thursday or Tuesday.
Yeah, when
Ray
is Ray?
won't be back until next
After-
week's meeting.
after-
And,
Stephen
I don't
over
know,
here?
Steve is sick.
Mhm.
And Diane is in the ER.
Oh. Sorry about
Diane's in the ER.
that.
Would you like to hold it over until we have more board
Yeah,
meetings?
that's what I was hoping. So
Yeah.
for the
Next
3-person board,
Tuesday?
it gets, well, a week, depending, I mean, if Steven's here, if I have a 4-person board, then,
I think your best bet is after the weekend.
Yeah.
The following Tuesday,
Okay,
because then you get Ray.
okay.
That's arbitrary because I don't know if he's with you Tuesday.
Come back on October 15th.
So do you want us to make that motion?
Sure.
Okay.
That's a week from today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Motion to hold,
11. 12.
3, 4, and 5 on old business till next Tuesday, the 15th.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
John? Yeah.
Okay, so jumping into new business.
Woo!
8 Highland.
So you guys are on everything.
Now we're on everything.
You're on
All right.
everything.
Sharpen your
The pencils here.
pencils. Thank you.
That's in your seatbelt.
The Highland.
So essentially on this one, the landscape, everything was already approved, the pool was already approved. The client just wants more screening for the pool area. So they're requesting a 5-in-1 fence.
Do you have a picture of the house?
I do not. It's right next door to the people who bought Hinkley. It's to the left. It's,
The one that Jay Hanley's
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah, so we're trying to get more privacy for the pool area. So we're doing a 5-in-1 fence, which the client right next door to the right has already in the back of their property. And then there's precedence in the neighborhood because North Cliff, which is like 1 street over, they did the same thing at that property where they've got a 5-in-1 fence around it and then trees to give privacy up high.
So I would just say it shouldn't be on the property line. It should come in a little bit and have some vegetation periodically to, it's all nice for the people inside the lot, but everyone around them is just gonna be looking at a board fence.
Can I just add to this?
Yeah.
This is for a fence only, they say on north elevation, east elevation. The question is visibility. Are there gates on east elevation? How does it terminate at the house on either side? And on the south elevation, concerns about parking. Has this been proposed or approved already?
Yeah, so the parking, the whole landscape plan was already approved, the parking and everything was already approved. It's really just the fence. It doesn't tie into the house. And it doesn't go all the way around the whole property. It just goes from the back corners of the house and the privet die into it so that you don't see the posts.
But I don't recall anything up there having that much fencing like that.
Well, 6 North Cliff, which is just behind it, that's exactly what they've got going around their property.
Can I just share a little something with you?
Sure.
This is why we like pictures
Mhm.
and previous approvals.
Sure. Well, that's what was approved already.
I know, that's what you're saying. I'm just saying, from now on, after Kathy sends her little notice out this
Yeah.
week,
Okay.
when these come to the table and they're not complete,
Lindsay?
Okay.
I see. Lindsay, for clarification, everything in the circled in pink is for
Yep.
the new
It's just
5-in-1.
circles in the location where the 5-in-1 fence would go.
So it goes all the way around.
Yeah, and it stops at
The back.
where it stops, where the bubble stops. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's really just to give more privacy and screening for the neighbors too. I mean, it's not only for them, it's for the neighbors.
Right.
And the neighbor actually, to the right, already has it exposed, the 5-in-1 exposed with no plantings on it. So, and that in the lot in the back of this one, on the back side of this property, is just an empty lot that the neighbors off of Capalma, or not Capalma, but
North Star Lane.
North Star Lane bought that little sliver back there so they can put a little garden. So that's kind of a landlocked area, and the neighbors to the left, I mean, they benefit.
So
from
I
more.
think a fence is okay, but we do need it to come off the property line and have some, every so many sections have some vegetation.
Like some vines growing on it?
Yeah,
Okay.
something.
On the outside. of
on
it.
the outside.
Yeah. So how
Um,
far off the property line?
5 feet.
Whoa, whoa.
Like
I
a
think that-
foot?
6
sorry,
inches?
Could we go around?
The pool is 5 feet off the property.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I'm-
From North Star, can you see the fence?
Yes.
From North Star, you would see it from North Cliff, but you would see the back of it.
It's wide, it's a wide open.
They changed
line.
North Star to North Cliff. They renamed it. It used to be North Star going all the way back, and then they changed that little section of North Cliff.
So is this really unbuilt right here? Or?
Right. It's okay. I can't read it.
Who's on this board? It's everybody?
How come you don't want to put in privet?
Well, we had
You
originally
love privet.
proposed privet, but Jay just wanted to make sure it was really private back there, and that the client to the right is like right there, so he wanted to make sure it was kind of bulletproof screening, so that it's very private.
I think it would be kinder to the neighborhood to have more
Something growing on it.
vegetation
I
as
agree.
opposed to a fence.
But if we leave it 6 inches to a foot off, we could get some climbing hydrangeas growing on the side of it. Just start softening it.
So let's go around the board. So thank you, Val. John?
Good question. This is gonna be fenced, 5-in-1, from here over here, down to here.
Right.
How far apart are they?
I think they're 8 to 10 foot apart. The sections. I think
8
they're like
or 10?
probably 10-foot sections.
Not probably. What are
Panels.
gonna
They
be?
come in pre-made panels. Like go
What's the
10 foot.
application call for?
Just says 5-in-1 cedar.
Yeah, and it just says the total length is 228 feet, and it's 5-in-1. It doesn't say section.
No length on it?
A total of 228 feet total.
Okay, that's the question. Are they gonna be 8 or 10 feet?
I would say 10-foot sections.
Thank you. Let's put a minute. Thank you.
Maybe get a scale on it. Look at it.
Here,
Yeah, I think she has it at 8 just
Yeah.
because that's
My
typically
other
what our.
question,
They're usually 8-foot sections, I think.
what do you?
Are they typically 8? Okay.
Yeah.
Go 8.
Go ahead, John.
What
Sagging over there. Right?
shrubbery around it, or whatever, anything?
So that's what we're discussing now to soften it. We're saying that maybe we could put some climbing hydrangeas or vines growing on it to soften it from the neighbor's perspective. But on the client's side, they're going to have trees and shrubbery to soften it on their side.
What I'm trying to get at, this front right here, here to here. Looking across here. There's small bushes in here, no bushes, as you can see
Goes into
in the street, this side down here, okay? That's what I'm trying to say.
That's pretty vegetated. I think the one place you're going to be able to see it is through North Cliff here. There's going to be a shot right through there. Because the evergreen trees on this lot have been nibbled up by deer. You're going to be able to see underneath, but there's a sliver lot that got sold in between, and the neighbors are going to come back and do a garden.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, John. TJ or Jesse?
Yeah, without knowing the view, it's on view, but
It wasn't.
from the road there, it may be fine. I'm okay with seeing a little bit of fence. But if it's sticking out there, I don't even know what the elevation is, then I think we should, I don't think there's a whole lot of use of the fence on the back side of the property line. Meaning it's not gonna be, screening from, a privacy standpoint, it's really where you want the privacy is around the outdoor living space, which is between the main house and the guest house. So I would say without viewing it, which again, it could be just fine, wrapping around the entire back side of the property. But without viewing it, I think I'd be okay, certainly on the right side, left side too, just screening in the area between the two buildings versus all the way.
Thank you, Jesse.
I agree with Jesse.
Okay, I don't like the idea of the fence. I would prefer, what is it, you know, where you have the post and then you have the covered wire, or the, what is that called?
So yeah, the post and wire. The only thing is with that, that's not going to give them the privacy. Like they're looking for privacy, and they didn't really want to do like a row of evergreen trees with.
Here
Or privets.
is the satellite view.
So he's saying the view is through the sliver here. You mean between the houses?
Yeah, I mean, and it would be just like a really peek through there. You can see that the neighboring off of North Cliff, they have the same exact thing that we're going for, right?
Down in this house.
So if you go, we're right there. So if you look at this house is completely enclosed with the same thing that we're proposing here. And they did the same thing with the trees. I mean, it's pretty much the same.
Is this the back of the property? No.
Well, it is. They sold this little sliver here to this person here. So there's a little sliver in between this lot and this back here, and they've got evergreen trees that border. So like, I mean, you'd be kind of hard pressed. You'd really have to like look through the trees.
Do you want to see this, John?
This is the kind of thing that takes up time.
I know. So, we
You wanna do
also,
a view,
so,
or-
well, we might do a view, and we might need some photographs of the house and the surrounds, so we can get a better it's sort of, it's so hard to decide this on a piece of paper when we don't know what the,
Yeah, it's all built up.
Yeah.
the neighborhood is.
Yeah.
Right, but
The locust map shows the vacant lots, but
They're all built up all around.
yeah.
now, can you show that to John so we can clearly have a,
I don't think it's going to be that big a concern either way. Don't know how much is needed in the back there, but I don't think it's going to be so.
okay, so once John sees this, does somebody have a, you know, either to hold or more information or
I'll make a motion.
It's not there yet. So it's from North Carolina. I would motion to approve with the fence not being right on the property line and have some sort of vegetative screening.
And up and down, orthogonal, lattice.
Oh, I don't care. What is that?
Oh.
That's diagonal.
oh yeah, we don't,
You want
we don't do the
horizontal?
diagonals.
Okay, so horizontal.
Okay.
And then you
Okay.
want just vegetation vines growing on it?
Something to just soften it.
Just on the two sides.
Sure.
Okay, all in favor of Val's motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
134 Main Street? Good evening.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Good. 134 Main Street. Change driveway material.
Title head.
Here.
Did you get that, Terry?
So this is pretty simple. What they have now is a shell driveway, and the part that we are proposing to become brick is on a slope. And what's been happening is all the shell's been running down in the main street. So they're asking me to ask you just to continue the brick from the apron up to the point. The 55 linear feet takes you to the top of the incline.
Got it.
So,
Can I read the?
Yeah.
Okay. So, not appropriate, it's too much paving and it's very high driveway visibility. It's better shell, it fades. Other, odd for driveway to be half brick, half shell. John, would you like to make some comments on this driveway?
Well, the next one, doesn't matter how long the driveway is, because it has a reason to be so long to get to a house. But as far as the brickwork, in front of this main structure in front, you've got brick across it, next door, got 4-foot brick walls. I don't think it really matters. He has the material and it's approvable. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Val?
I would concur.
Jesse?
Okay. Well, just from what HVAC comments are, I was going more in that direction, but,
Brick in town, especially on Main Street, seems apropos.
Well, they're brick
but
pavers.
55 feet of it.
Are they real bricks or?
Yeah, it's gonna be real bricks
Okay.
to match the apron and the
Okay.
sidewalk.
Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna really go into it. Johnny boy.
Okay.
What about,
I'm fine with it.
you're fine with the length?
Yep.
55 feet of brick, okay.
I think by the time the brick gets to the crest of that incline, you're not gonna see the shell from the street level.
Correct.
All in
terms of
favor
perspective.
of who motioned?
John.
John's motion? Aye.
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 Out of here.
All right, thank you, everybody.
You're welcome.
Meow. All right.
Oh, 30 Ahab? Atlas Farm. Okay, Karen, go.
So there are two applications in front of you, and one and the other. It's the same property, house and garage apartment. Not visible at all from the driveway. You have pictures. I know you hate doing it. It's true,
How
John.
about from Bartlett?
Say that.
Okay. Well, look at the pictures that it's a very long driveway. The only place you'd see it is from John Bartlett's solar array.
Go.
Okay, so their backyard is right on the line of Bartlett's solar array. It's facing, the south faces away from the road. So what, you can look up the driveway in those pictures, the second sheet, and the part of the house that you see is not where there'll be solar. The solar's on the other side.
Okay, anybody wanna go?
Is it a wood roof?
It is a wood roof.
Can you see it from Bartlett's?
Only if you were, you can't see it now from Bartlett's, but he is gonna take a few bushes down so that the solar is gonna, he might be able to see it, but not from Bartlett's, the commercial part, just from that field that he has the solar panels in.
If you look down the driveway, is that the roof that's getting solar? Okay.
No,
Alright,
that
just wanna
is not
clarify.
even, if you
It's
look at
on
the
the
aerial view, it's
opposite
not
of the
even
road side.
close.
The backside, okay.
And there's no way to put it on the ground?
No, well, you'd see it on the, if you look at the, flat plan or the picture, the Google Earth, his house is on the line with Bartlett's, right next to, again, their solar array, you can see that. The front part is the only part he has, and then you'd see that from the road. But he really doesn't have the space for that.
We'd have to keep the vegetation, caveat.
Well, my comment is I have no concerns.
Okay, thank you.
And they're running in two different directions.
It's in the back side of the house.
Okay, I'm just pointing it out.
No concerns as well.
Doesn't say a Bartlett.
Right, there's two, the application for the apartment.
Oh, so you
You have two. It's really the same thing.
Is there any way that, the panels could not run in opposing directions?
Not to get in the system that would make financial sense. And you cannot see both sides of the house at the same time. And the only people that will see that are the property. It's this one.
All right, so, John, did you go? Have you said something on this apartment?
No, there's actually enough. Once you go in the driveway, before you get to the house, there's enough room there if you want to put it, mount it on the ground, but you won't get as much effectiveness as you're putting it on the roof. Well, it's up to the wood, right?
Okay, so, thank you, John. Val, did you say your piece?
Yeah.
And Jesse?
Yeah, no concerns.
TJ?
No.
Okay, do I hear a motion, or
Motion to approve as submitted.
all in favor? Aye.
I'm not, just because it doesn't meet our.
That's good. John, are you in favor of the,
Because
you are,
it's-
okay, so it's four,
They go
four,
in
and one
different
against.
directions.
Now for the house.
It's like, oh, it's great. If it passed everything.
Not very easily, though.
Why? I thought that was easy. My comments would be the same.
Is there one more?
Karen, what is the roof line that we're looking at, the driveway there? With the,
You're looking at the west roof line that we do not have any.
Okay, Jesse?
certainly have no concerns for the backside one, and I don't even think the other one is that big of a concern because the rest of the other roof is hiding it. So I have no concerns.
I agree with Jesse again. Don't think it's going to be visible.
One question, this house have a wood roof
Yes.
and it's not visible.
No.
You sure? That's it.
Okay, we could do that caveat that if they were to change the roof, that it should go to black, black tab.
I think
Change the
that
roof.
subdivision has the wood roof requirement.
And it's more historic.
true, yes.
That's good and bad, isn't it?
So,
Okay, so, do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
Okay, all in favor?
Alright.
I'm
Aye.
opposed.
John?
Yes.
4-1. Thank you, Karen. You have another one?
No, she has another one.
Oh. It's painful. So, Kathy, what do I do? Unapproved, what do I do there? Okay. Okay. wanna describe your project?
Yes, I'd like to. This is the radio station, and they wanna go solar powered, WACK. Well, it's two buildings. I would love it if we could think of both of them as one piece, because we really need both roofs to power the whole station. The house in the back, you won't see, it's not visible, it's on the south side, and it's in a very commercial area that just bushes, and it's a high roof, there's no ceiling. The one in front is the radio station building, and going into town on the Old South Road, there will be a blip that we'll be able to see the shingles on top. Well, you can see the array. Which one are we doing first?
It's the one that's the least favorable.
The office. Right, the office. Okay,
That goes around all the dormers.
Right, it's above the dormers. It's an even. Yep.
And on a light roof.
I do have photos of the road being and it really is a quick little. I don't know how you feel about commercial. It's a very commercial area, high density. And they'd love to power this radio station with solar.
Okay. Val, you wanna?
I think the other one I looked at, because these were on the view, and I would agree with you that there's less visibility. There is from Amelia, but it's more in character with what we like to approve. This is a light roof. It's right on the road. It's going around the dormers. So I would vote no on this one. At the very least, I think if they could take the panels away that are closest to the street.
We could take the.
And what about taking the 2 or 3 away from the edge of the street or by the dormer and putting it on the lower roof? The additive mass on the same side. It's still not great, but it's preferable to having them. That picture that you provided us, it's a straight on shot of that right here, where you're gonna see them. That's just me. These guys,
No,
you know.
it's Val. That are valid comments. And John, what do you think?
Question. This roof is the one you're talking about right there.
Yes.
That one right there?
Yep.
This is the front of this.
This is what that we're going to be on that roof. That you see, I took the photo from this part that you can see the
same roof.
Yeah.
That's the elevation.
Okay, okay. Visible.
It's visible from Old South Road.
This is what you can see.
As well as the road traveled way. Yeah, it's so visible.
Karen, could you take the ones that are on the edges of the dormers and put those on the 2 lower roofs? At least then all we see is a straight line across the top.
Sure.
Do you guys understand that?
Yeah,
In the little pieces that drop down right here, they're
on the lower
Right.
roof.
So
Take
that's
them
fine.
off the sides.
so if you look at the picture she gave us,
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
you wouldn't see the ones closest to the road,
Mhm.
and you wouldn't see the ones. You just see the ones across the top.
Can you show John your
Yeah.
solution?
I'm suggesting.
What do you guys think?
I'm good with that.
Here and here.
I'm
So they're less
opposed to
visible?
solar on this building, because it's got gray shingles, it's an odd configuration, and it's very visible.
Okay. Did you hear TJ's comment?
I was showing them how to.
He's opposed because of visibility and the configuration.
Okay.
John? What are your thoughts?
I got it good, the visibility on this one here,
Mm-hmm.
and. See, how much it is, I don't think it's gonna work in 10 years, not my job.
Would they consider changing the roof color? I think yes.
Jesse, what were your comments?
I said I thought that Val's idea was good.
Do we want to hold for information on, see if they would change the
Roof color? Sure.
would that change anything?
Well, I think we should require that they make that revision, not ask them if they're willing to. But yeah, that would swing me a little bit. Because we're turned to glass.
Yeah.
Okay,
These
so
are so light.
should we make a motion to hold and see if,
Yes.
more information?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So that's information I can read the roof color.
Yes. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Can I just say something, tomorrow is, Old Business Deadline, so those who want to go on Old Business, it's on by tomorrow, so just for the point of information. Because of the holiday, on Tuesday. Yeah, so if you wanna, go to Old Business,
So, do you want to hold the other one as well?
19 Old South Road?
This can be seen from the parking lot of the bank.
Oh, you mean the Nantucket Bank on Amelia?
Yeah. So Karen, are you proposing that this is all this space above here?
Yeah.
As opposed to just here and here?
There, the southwest on both of those roofs. So it's facing to the back of the property.
Right.
So yes, above that dormer on the right side, and then on the southwest part of the roof on the left side.
We can also take a view on these if anybody is on the fence about what visibility is. He was on a view, I didn't.
It's also visible, so it really comes down to the roof color again.
John, you have a feeling on this?
Yes. I know this area myself. I believe that the ones that are going on the back of the building, that you look in from Amelia Drive,
Mm-hmm.
and there are some trees there, but you can see part of this roof. And that's what we got to do, is start taking more pictures of this environment, showing these things. Because we're only going by what was presented to us. And the viewings are not being done. And it should be done. This is special stuff. We don't need a lot of it all over this island. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
TJ?
This is better in terms of visibility, but I'd like to give it a view.
Okay. And Jesse?
Sure, give it a view.
Okay, do I hear a motion for that then?
Motion to hold for review.
Okay, thank you.
What was that?
Hold for a
hold.
view.
Thank you.
I did view, but I'll view again.
I should know about that. Thanks.
This house isn't built yet, right? Or is it?
It's almost up. The roof is almost on.
Yeah. It won't be visible from Miller's Lane, but what about Old South Road?
Yeah.
I think we went through this when the house was approved.
Yeah, you're right. So if you can see, the sides that it's on are away from Old South Road.
One faces.
It's on the southwest and southeast, so you can't see that. The rest of the house blocks it from outside.
Motion holds will be on.
Okay.
Also, I'd like to point out that this is, application is also requesting a change in the shingle color to black.
Wow, hooray.
Right?
Okay, so there's a motion to hold for review on this one. All in favor?
Did you say anywhere here the roof is gonna be changed to black?
Yes, she just said
It's on
that.
the application.
She just said that.
Is it in writing?
It's on.
It's on the application.
Yeah, and I think the tree line comes above it.
I do too, because this Miller's Lane ends at this guy's driveway.
And it's a single story building,
Right.
going to black.
Right. I'm in for this one.
You wanna make a motion?
Motion to approve.
All in
As
favor?
submitted.
Aye.
Well, we discussed it a little more. Do you want to view it?
Do you know that it has a black roof?
They changed it to black, the roof.
But it can still be seen, look at it there. We gotta start checking these out now. We're all just sitting here, and you don't go to any humans on these things.
I beg your pardon. I go to every view.
Anyway, what was the motion to approve it?
Yes.
Right ahead.
Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That's. John, are you opposed?
I'm opposed to the fact that we need more information, yes.
Okay, it's 4-1.
Either way.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. Eastover?
Motion to hold number 8 for representation.
Thank you. 9 Meadow Lane?
Hello.
John, we're holding number 8 for representation.
Thank you. I can hear that, that's good.
Okay.
What are you doing on Meadow Lane?
I'm surprised that you guys are even opening these drawings, but we're building the first cape to be built on Nantucket in 20 years.
Nice.
I know.
Oh, it's very good. We don't have a lot of staff to review anything, you know.
Fair enough. I don't mind coming. So yeah, this is a little little cottage behind the main house in the backyard. 1 story. What are we maxing out at?
19'1".
Yeah, and really just a little standard little cape. Little shed roof.
Colors to match the main house.
Yeah, I think what's trim is white, dash is white, roof is gray. That's all.
Okay,
One question,
go.
is there gonna be any air conditioner?
AC, we haven't, I don't think we've gone there, no, I don't think the main house has it, no.
No, maybe it's on the landscaping plan.
I'll come back for it, I'll let you know where that is going.
Any thoughts?
Motion to approve as submitted.
All in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Let's sit in for the next one too.
Okay.
I have further, better plans for this house. Kashima.
Kashima.
Where is it moving on from?
So yeah, it's coming from 46 Vestal. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, really?
So it's a cape.
Yeah, another cape.
Looks similar to the house I just
Is this
said.
for,
Caitlin first.
Nope, it's a private, Caitlin Parsons and her husband and 2 children are moving this onto a little lot. You guys are gonna look at pictures of the plans. I would also request, so Caitlin put together the package you're looking at. I've since then helped her a little along the way with the foundation and some basement windows and such that aren't on your plans. I'm hoping that you guys would be able to do through staff with my basement access and stuff, so that I don't have to come back. The building currently has a little utility shed on the back of it. That's not being moved, so it's really the main mass, 30 by 26 cottage is being moved. No changes to the building, except it's getting a new foundation with some window wells in an areaway.
Is this the neighbor? And this is
Yep,
the lot?
that's right.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's a covenant lot. It's very small. This house is just gonna fit on it.
And it looks like it's pristine.
Okay.
The former owner must have been.
Yeah. Could have replaced a window or two, but we got there.
I have no concern.
But again.
Where are you putting them?
So I do have the full drawings that I was, if it could be in option A or exhibit A. But we're just doing 2 small normal window sashes in the front, and then along the side a walk down with a door and a window.
Yeah, that's easy.
Oh, but I'm happy. I have 2 sets of these if you guys want to look at these now.
Yeah, just pass them around.
Okay. Here's one set. Here you go, John.
What?
Yeah, one to John, we can take one.
Ben is helping this gal, and he's adding a cellarway
Yeah.
to the house, which wasn't shown on here.
Right. Yeah. Those are some old plans.
2 little cellar windows in the front of the house and that on the side. So this is getting removed,
Yeah.
so it's right here.
Yep. Yeah. We're getting rid of this.
This was Jesse's house. This was Jesse's old house.
So who makes the motion?
With Exhibit A through staff.
Okay, is that your motion, Val?
Sure.
All in favor?
Hey, do you mind if we go around the table?
Oh, sure, yeah, I'm sorry, John, go ahead.
Thank you. Where is it now?
46 Vestal Street.
Vesper.
Oh,
Yeah.
Vesper. I always get confused.
Yeah.
Going there,
I
right?
never know.
Did you do a move off?
Oh.
Supposedly the move off's already been done.
Okay.
I hope.
Okay, question. Brick chimney?
The chimney is not being is being demolished. It's not coming along for the ride.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right,
So
motion to approve through staff per Exhibit A, showing the cellar windows and cellarway.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I wrote on it, right there, on the, with the date.
Okay,
Thank you very
terrific,
much.
thank you.
Appreciate it.
160 Main Street. Nobody. Bueller. Should we hold for
Ferris
representation?
Bueller?
Hold for representation, do I hear that?
So moved.
Okay, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Guess we're gonna hold this one too, huh? Unless there's something here for Brian.
27 Westchester,
Hold for representation, motion.
thank you.
Oh my God,
All
I
in
can't keep
favor?
up.
Everybody, 135 Pulpus?
Now it's the Norton team.
They were sleeping, we've taken so long.
We have not, we're speeding along. Oh, yeah?
But I will try to be complete.
That could be an actual problem.
I'm
sure.
Many
years.
You know, object.
We told that guy from, East Over to come at 6.
I was on too fast or too slow? Oh, okay, over here.
So you don't need his name for the record, Terry?
Yes,
No.
spell his last name. I think I know who he is. I've seen him somewhere before.
Richard Norton. There goes for the television.
Would you like to tell us what you're doing?
Yes, you've already approved the demo of the existing shed that was there, that was 16 by, I think, 24. This one is, we're proposing to build a 2-car garage with a studio above it, which basically consists of 2 bedrooms and a sitting room. There's no kitchen or any other facilities in the building itself. The building is 24 by 32. Other than that, it's a pretty straightforward building. It's situated about 570 feet off the Pulpus Road. So here's a picture that somebody asked us to take that basically shows down their property line from the Pulpus Road. It's just a nice picture of some bushes.
Now, this was taken from the owner's advantage, right? I got it.
Yes, John. Most definitely.
Very
Now,
nice. Go ahead, John.
question,
Shoot.
is this new construction or something being moved?
It's new construction.
Okay. Number one, you gotta be, tank is past 8 feet off the wall.
That's fine. I'm totally fine with that as a change to this. The owner had wanted the deck this large. I fully understand what you're saying. I have no problem taking it back to 8 feet, but I have to propose what she wants.
It's 14 now.
Oh.
No,
Correct.
mind-
That's what
No.
it's showing. Right. I do not mind cutting it
your
back.
phone, something's ringing.
Okay, so,
I'm sorry.
Jesse,
I have no concerns. I mean, you really can't see it from the road. And it's a very nice design you guys did.
PJ,
I think good job, and I like it a lot. I think it's appropriate.
Hello.
You're not giving up, though.
They're not giving up, I am. I just gave up.
Throw it out the window.
There's a toilet downstairs.
Thank you.
there.
Open the window.
Are you sure? Maybe it's an alarm.
Does anybody have any phone expertise?
I don't believe it.
Here, John, behind you.
Maybe this guy can help you.
I think he
John.
can help you, John. Take a look.
I have no concerns either.
I'm 85, I ain't got time for that.
Let's see, I'm not having any luck either.
Okay.
Maybe just turn it off.
Yeah, we're gonna disrupt the meeting, you know.
You know, if you hold the button in
The
for,
power buttons. Oh,
I
that's
hate
fine.
to say it, I'm waiting for medical call.
No, is that a 911 unit? Oh, no.
Yes, don't push everything.
Oh,
It's gonna
dear
be like the high
God.
school.
They're calling you
and
back.
roaring upstairs.
They're downstairs.
Stop now, I think. Call me. No. I don't believe
I can take it outside and figure it out.
Step on it.
it. Is there a call to the police department at 411?
I don't know.
Fix that up.
yes, let the young man take it out and he can figure it out.
If you turn it off, then just turn the phone back
Anyway.
on. Kathy, do you have an extra pen over there?
How do you turn it off?
Well, yes.
Hit the red button.
That's the
Alright.
$1 million.
Open this up. No.
There's no battery.
Here's a magnifier right there.
That sounds just getting louder.
So did we make a motion at all?
Yeah.
Does this go in the minutes?
I hope not.
Goes on the hours.
Is that your pacemaker alarm?
Hmm?
Is that your pacemaker alarm?
I never thought about that. This should make it go up.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. I just turned it off. That was
Did I hear a motion about this deck, or what are we doing about the deck?
I would say, given it's
This thing's going back to us.
given the lack of visibility, I don't have a concern with it.
Okay. We've got 3 unconcerned people over
You gonna make
here
a motion
about
then,
the
Val?
deck because of its lack of visibility, John.
Hey, guys,
Because of its lack of visibility, people are okay with it.
well, I'm looking at the plan, I don't know that it is. That's all I'm making a comment.
Okay.
That was my comment. It's, which, yeah, we're all on.
Here, Jen.
Is it this building
There's
or
a-
this building?
No.
See this one that's highlighted right there, so you can see which building it is.
Right here,
Right.
which is
Right up the driveway.
right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is from, it's 600 feet from Pulpus Road, and the driveway is this way coming in.
Okay, we're 600 feet
Yeah,
from here.
from there to
Mhm.
there, yeah.
Okay, do I hear a motion to, due to lack of visibility then?
I would make
John,
that
can I have that
motion.
folder back, that one?
This one? No.
I would make that motion to approve
Uh-huh.
due to lack of visibility.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You understand.
Okay. 1 abstention.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good evening.
You too. You can't hear it.
I'm gonna try, John. I'm gonna go sit on your bench at the head of me.
You still got the ball?
Huh?
You still got the ball?
Did you finally get it turned off, or did you take it out of the room?
No, the young man over there took care of it.
Thank you.
Thank
The
you.
police and everybody will run into take care of yourself. And,
Brother and sister have been alone. I have to call my sister.
Okay. Luff Road.
What is it?
Luff Road.
Going once,
Twice?
motion to hold for representation.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. 36 Orange. Oh,
Motion to hold with for representation.
thank you.
Repeat that? Motion to hold?
Motion to hold.
Representation.
Orange.
Representation.
Okay, 316 Pulpus.
Who's not
That's
here?
a high address, but I think we would like to hold that for next Tuesday for a full board.
Okay,
if possible.
thank you.
Motion to hold.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
John, we're holding 15 and 14.
And
Yeah, 16 of
16.
them, yeah.
Oh.
Are we at
okay.
200 Pulpus now?
Yes, we are.
Door change. This should be easy.
I got
Hi, how are
I
you?
did view that.
You enjoying your HDC experience?
What would we do without you?
No, we'd be go crazy.
Don't forget to turn your phone on later. I turned it off completely.
So the doors are in the back of the house, but the back of the house does face the harbor. So
But it's almost half a mile.
from the harbor, but you'll see we have photos in the way back. But to show you the doors that we're changing on A1.3 are it's actually the upper left and then the center bottom, as you'll see in comparison.
Oh, it's all underneath the second floor deck?
Yes,
Except for the top left.
except for the top left is actually visible, but that's
Okay.
and then it's hard to get a head-on view of the back of the house because it's all wetlands beyond the pool.
Wow, it's
Okay, application? Could I have your name for the record, please?
Oh, it's Joe Olson.
And Clay Twombly.
Say,
Twombly.
you spell that?
Twombly.
Okay,
I don't have any concerns with this application. I think the first floor is under a deck on the first floor, so the visibility will be minimal. And the second floor is really going from a door and 2 windows to 4 doors, so I don't see that as a huge deal, given the other wing of the building has 4 big windows.
okay, thanks,
Oh,
Val.
yeah.
What door was
There's no
changed?
way.
Yeah, you pointed out to him. It's, what did you say, it was half a mile from the
I know
water?
that, but you have the existing,
It's half a mile.
so the existing. This is what it looks like now.
Exactly.
Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve is submitted.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good day.
Thanks for shutting off the phone.
Yeah.
No Mirka here. Going
No?
once.
Twice.
Okay.
John.
Motion to hold for representation.
Aye.
Aye.
Who's that? Number 18?
Holding for representation.
Oh, thank you.
4 Halyard Lane.
Going once.
Twice.
Motion to hold for representation. Sorry. I like moving fast.
Hey, 19 hold?
Yep, 19 is a hold as well, no
Thank you.
representation. Okay, 14 Broadway.
Marcia was, oh, she was here.
Oh, good. Okay, we've got, I was starting to feel like.
Thank you, Dean.
Where have I been?
Don't answer a question with a question. I have no business.
You should stop by my office and say hi.
Don't call anymore.
Oh, I don't call anymore.
We just shut your phone off, that's why.
Oh, you're evening.
Just an old friend. Right.
It's an old friend, Sean.
When do we usually read the HSAB? Before the
Right off the bat.
applicant? Right off the bat. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay. We are at 14 Broadway, and the concerns are May. That means you know who, Michael May, prefers keeping 100-year-old windows.
Oh, but you're supposed to read the most important part of that at the top, which says no concerns.
No concerns. I'm so sorry. I didn't. There's a little skew here. I can't even read.
No, thank you. Thank you for that, because yes, I met and we had a really good discussion. This is in the old historic district, and there were 4 members, 1 which recused and 2 that voted. No concerns.
Very good. Okay.
So for the minutes, I am Marcia Fader for Leslie Mayer. And this application represents restoration continuing in the mode that has already been approved from other previous work, but this application has 3 windows. 3 windows that are being proposed to restore to an earlier and slightly smaller size. So there are 2 6/6 windows. And if you look on those drawings, I mean the photographs, on the top there are the existing photographs, and right below shows a photoshopped window. So it's the same location. There's 1 6/6 on the west and 1 6/6 on the east. And the photoshopped photograph underneath shows the 6/6 going to a 6/9, based upon
historical research, historic photographs. And then in addition to the 2 6/6s, there is
I think
one,
you're talking into the hall.
there's one 6 light going again to a smaller pane size, to be more historically appropriate and a greater historic proportion to what is there.
Okay. What are you gonna do with the old ones?
Yes, the old windows, we're trying to find a new home because they do have antique glass in them. So, Abby, if you have a home, let us know. We are looking, our proposal is we're also looking for antique sash to use for our 6/9s. There is a photograph there of the 1 6-light antique sash that we will be reusing.
That's on the back of the house?
That one's on the west side,
Oh, okay.
so that will have antique glass going into it.
Thank you.
Yes.
What a wonderful house.
She's
I have no concerns.
Nice little, nice presentation.
Yeah.
John does.
John, what would you like to
Yeah,
say?
looking at the front page, on the right side, the picture with the hedge,
Oh, yes.
all right, those windows up in the dormer,
Oh, yes.
is this a photo of the same thing?
Oh, no, that's not. This 6-light
Right.
goes on the first floor, not on that dormer window that you're seeing. That's existing.
But
No changes up there.
is that 6 light an awning window?
That is like a
Does it
3
show
light.
in?
3-light, no, it's your favorite, John.
It chips out.
Yeah, they all do on that house.
Yes, but
I
it's
know,
it's existing, so
They didn't talk to you before they did that, John.
It chokes out now.
And they did it many times.
Look.
there are a lot of them in
Look.
Sconset that are awnings like that.
That's
that
these
tilt
two
out.
windows there.
Yeah,
This
Yes.
is the 6 light.
that's going in the back. She's reusing that.
In a location where there is
My
one,
question
and
is it
it also is an awning,
Hinge
John.
on the top.
There are lots of those in Sconset, John, and they're
the
not
picture has the,
illegal.
two dividing lines.
Yeah, she's using
Oh,
this
yes.
window over.
Thank you.
All right, so do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve is submitted.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank
I'll
you,
come back
Marcia.
more often, John, to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
But turn your phone on, John, and I can call you.
10 Maxi Pond.
This is the property that has like the chain across with the little post that says 10.
Right at the end of the cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wooden gate.
Yeah.
Name for the record, please.
Lucas Bell. Yeah, while you guys are taking a look, just really quickly introduce myself. Lucas, I've been working on this for my family for the last couple months. We've been living in we've been coming to my grandparents' house in Nantucket on Starbuck Road for my whole life. So this was an extremely exciting project for us. And we're excited for the next step. So once you get a second to look at it, I'd love to introduce the project.
Yeah, go.
All right. So just obviously you have the plans in front of you, but just kind of give you some broad strokes of the neighborhood. So starting with the neighborhood, it's a low to medium density neighborhood cluster, and their houses are situated off of Maxi Pond Road. Like you said, the 10 Maxi Pond is at the end of the cul-de-sac. The site itself it's a beautiful site. It's an undulating moraine landscape. It has about 10 to 15 foot dense shrubbery on most of the lot. And then there's a row of higher mature 30-foot pines towards the western end of the property. And then zooming in, so in keeping with our neighbors, we pulled the dwelling back from the street and allowing the topography and the shrubbery to block most of the views in and out of the site for our own privacy as well as the privacy of our neighbors. And then the massing tries to take advantage of that same site's topography by tucking the massing into the hill, and that the placement of the massing. Oh, yeah, let me know if I can clarify anything.
Yeah, no, we're just finding it
Oh,
out.
of course. And then so by tucking that in, we are hopefully allow the views to keep the views and capture that southern sunlight, while that same massing, that same topography will hopefully block most of that cold northern wind that we felt today. Dwelling itself is scaled down. We did that by breaking it down into a primary central massing, which then is steps down to two smaller abutting additive masses on either side of the dwelling. We thought this kept the dwelling down while also allowing it to transition from its highest down to the lower single story, down to the landscape, and tie that all together nicely. So that was our goal, and hopefully the intent's clear through the drawings, and let me know what I can answer.
Val.
I just noticed it's not 1/4-inch scale, so it appears much smaller than it really is.
Correct. It's 3/16
29
scale.
feet is pretty tall, and there are a lot of two-story buildings in there. But you know what view I didn't look at was across from Maxie's Pond. To see what you would see, like from Cliff Road. Because I would agree, you can't see it from the front if you're leaving all the vegetation.
Yeah, that we plan to leave the existing driveway, which wraps in a way where you won't have a straight line of sight in. You do get a small glimpse when you're driving along Nantucket Road across the pond.
That's what I'd like to see, I think, because you very nicely illustrated. I was up there today. The buildings that are there are all 1.5 stories. I don't know where they land in terms of overall height, but we will see the second level. Just keeping that in mind.
I would call this 1.5 stories. It's a wide span, and I think it's tall in height.
Very simple.
Yeah, I might as well continue. Thank you. I would say that the general character of the house is, appropriate to the neighborhood. It's got like an unassuming repose to most of it. What I'm looking at as far as some suggestions here is, we're a little concerned about the height as well, and I want to also look at it when we go out. Looking at the front door and the, it's not typical that we do like a glass door with glass side lights.
Well, I'm sorry, the door itself is going to be wooden, solid.
Okay.
And those lines are V-grooves on that wooden door.
I understand that.
Emulating shiplap.
Okay. So nonetheless, we would typically do like a single row of glass with side lights.
Okay.
So if you narrowed these side lights in, be a little bit more appropriate. And one other thing I would mention on the west elevation, we're seeing a lot of negative massing where you've got some push and pull in your roof lines and decks and everything. Not exactly typical of Nantucket vernacular, but again, if we go out and view it and find that, it's not, obtrusive and visible, then, it might be okay. That's it. That's it for me.
Jesse?
I like it simple. simplicity.
Yeah,
Thank you.
overall, the additive massing and the single stories are winging out in the main mass, I like. And I think from the Maxi Pond roadside elevation, I'm not sure if you're gonna see it anyways, but it seems like a lot of gained windows on that left side. The GHG.
I'm sorry, can I
Right here.
Okay, okay.
Might be nicer to break that up a little bit.
Okay.
But again, the view might not be. I don't know if you're gonna see it. And from the Maxi Pond side, I'm okay with. And this all, is relative to being able to see it.
Should we ask for poles?
That'd be a good idea.
I mean, it's a big building. What's this, like, vertical board? Is that like an outdoor shower?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
I think for me, it's just whatever is seen from the second floor and primarily from the Maxi side. I'm not sure I understand, sorry, the little balconies on the side.
Yeah, so
How
that's
that work?
of course. So that's, as Jesse said, that's a subtractive balcony. So those are two said balconies there. And we looked at adding. We wanted an outdoor condition on the second floor, and we looked at doing an extruded balcony or an attached balcony, but we thought it just bulked it up too much. So we thought by bringing it in, it was a little bit less obtrusive and a smaller mass.
But the roofs are pitched sort of like a dormer within the inset. Is that?
No, so it's if the roof plane the primary gable roof plane just continues, and then that balcony is just cut out from that
So
roof
it's
plane.
shingle, you're looking above the doors.
No, I understand on the gable piece. I'm talking about these two little.
The two.
That's what I'm not.
This is just
I
going to the
understand
air.
it's inset, but is this like a shed roof? That
No,
Oh.
no. So you're look. This is the thickness. This part here is the thickness of the roof that's being cut.
Oh.
Exactly. So
Okay.
you're just seeing.
And what is that? Is that shingle?
That's shiplap. So we have shiplap.
And what color is the shiplap gonna be?
Just natural. So it'll blend in. It's a slight differentiation between the shingle of the main mass, but it's all natural trim and
Okay.
it's just pattern. It really a difference in pattern.
Would you like to hope for a view or?
Well,
poles or?
Another view with some poles. So do you know what that is?
Yes,
Let me
yeah.
ask. Okay.
So, and do you want poles on the
Only
primary
on
ridge?
the main two-story mass.
Okay.
Height.
Both ends. Both ends.
Both ends.
On both ends of the
first
primary.
floors we won't really see.
John, would you like to add anything? We're going to go for a view.
With poles.
Yes, I have two questions. One, are you gonna have air conditioners?
We're planning on having a geothermal unit. So the condensers will be in the basement. No units outside of the building.
Okay. The other, I'm trying to find this. This here. Elevation, so from north and south, where does this show?
Oh, what's the page?
So that's this. It's inside this gable right here.
Where does it show from the other side?
It's again inside this gable. So it's like Jesse said. It's a negative. It's inside the gable, so you won't see it protruding. Exactly. Everything's tucked in, so the balconies aren't obtrusive and.
Right, is there a wall space between this wall and this one? Is there a setback here between going here to go back?
Yes, so this balcony is the only one, this steps out 6 feet. Right, so this,
Where is it from the north and south? Looking this way or this way?
since it's lower than this ridge line, you won't be able to see it from either elevation.
You can't,
No, this point right here, is this
Show 'em
same.
on the floor plan.
Yeah, maybe that would make more sense.
I just want to explain it to you.
No, of course. That's what I'm here for. Oh, sorry, floor plan service, right. Oh, wait.
Yes.
Under here,
Exactly, yeah,
so back here 6 feet.
yeah, and then the balcony comes out 6 feet and would be like right there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not showing the balcony.
Exactly,
yeah.
that's blocked by those two.
All right,
Side
could have been there, that's all. Thank you.
Of course.
So I would make a motion to hold for a view with some poles on the main body of the two-story structure.
Very good.
And to have the plans printed in 1/4-inch scale.
Is that possible?
The only, it'll get a little too big for that sheet, so we'd have to go to one elevation per sheet. No, that's no
That's
problem for me.
fine, it's just that's what we're used to looking at.
Of course,
and,
of course.
It's a requirement of the,
And if you wanna go on the old business meeting, the deadline is tomorrow, because we have a Monday holiday,
Okay,
so if you come to the office and sign up.
okay. So I'll sign up for that, and then during the time before the meeting, we'll put the ridge poles up
yeah,
and change the scale.
Between now, we have time between now and Tuesday?
Oh, yes,
Okay.
yeah.
cool.
So I'll update the scale for tomorrow, however, right, because I'll have to submit that.
You really just have to sign it up again and then bring those or send them to her so
Okay.
we have them by Tuesday, but the
Wonderful.
polls need to be up by Tuesday.
Okay. I
Okay,
can
all
do.
in favor of Val's motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much,
Thank
guys.
you.
It's,
Thank
Nice to
you.
meet all of you.
Oh,
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for helping John out.
I tried. I don't know if I helped.
The
Yeah.
representatives of Bristol Properties.
Oh, the representative. Okay. Motion to open, East Dover Street.
Who?
And then we'll take a
This
small
guy
break.
just came right here, so we're gonna go back to that, number 8. Yeah.
Number 5, East Dover. Very good. Are you here?
Yeah.
Are you, okay, thank you.
Excuse me, sorry.
Like kind, clapboard, color, change.
Don't say it.
Could we have your name for the record?
Mary's Polaris. That's on the agenda.
Oh. Okay, so right off the bat, I have to read this.
These are
You can just go by Ned.
examples.
It's easier.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so, clapboard color is this is HSAP. Clapboard color is too much as Folger is too much, should remain as is. Black shutters not appropriate on Folger Boulevard.
Blue.
Blue, sorry, blue. Should remain as is. Any replacement like kind, same, should be the same. What are colors of houses on street?
And
Question mark.
he brought those. One with whoever.
This is
Original, yes.
That's the original house, sort of a butter yellow, or is that what it is?
I'm not exactly sure what.
Cream.
Yellowish cream, yeah.
Yeah, the creamy.
What color is the
Green,
basement?
green.
Okay, so that would be that's good to know. So we would have a green basement, black shutters, blue wall.
The basement would change to black if it's possible. So it would be black shutters, the black basement, and Folger, clapboard.
And the door stays natural to weather.
And the door stays in.
Is that Folger in that picture?
It's close to fully
And
wrapped.
the shutters now are probably the green,
Yes.
yeah. Okay.
All right, what do we think? John, what do you think of the
Gonna
changes?
change the yellow,
We changed it to Folger blue.
I'm sorry,
Folger blue. Folger blue.
Folger blue, you know, the color, the historic color.
is there a sample of it?
It's from the brochure.
It's sort of a gray blue. It's kind of a medium.
One of those photos shows
Yes,
similar.
that color. So,
The first one on the top.
And the shutters are black, and you want to keep them black?
Right now they're green, dark green,
Oh.
matching.
you can't really tell in the picture.
But you want them to be black.
Black, yeah. And then the
We,
basement would be black too.
The
This-
bricks,
the
the
bricks,
foundation.
then
Halloween.
we had a little conversation earlier in the office with Kathy, and we told him to bring pictures. I think the hard part is the combination of all these colors, and we had suggested maybe asking if you could do perhaps a gray clapboard and then leave the shutters in the basement black
Or it's
with the
green,
trim white. Yeah,
But
make
we-
it
we
black
change it.
if he wants it black.
John?
And
Great.
What do you think of the color change?
No, I have no comment other than that's when the Ryder family first came to Nantucket, Ryder Electric,
Oh,
167 years ago.
Jesse?
I'm good. I don't have enough knowledge on the color combinations to
Colorblind?
chime in on this one.
TJ?
I'm sorry, I missed the proposed clapboard color.
Okay, Folger blue on the
Okay,
clapboard,
yeah.
black shutters and black foundation. What about the trim? Does that stay white?
That stays white. Yeah.
The only thing I would say is that the black foundation and the blue clapboard seem like a fine mix, but I think when you go with the black shutters, it becomes a little bit severe, and maybe you get like a lighter tone for the shutter, to like maybe a third color to make it blend a little bit. I just think it's going to be very heavy and
Yeah.
very severe, the black and the blue.
I agree with you. I think that for this small little cape, this little old house, that Folger blue and black are going to be very severe.
do any of those have shutters?
I don't
No.
mind I don't mind the Folger blue on the clapboard, but I think TJ's right. Going black on the foundation, black on the shutter is going to is going to be
What
harsh.
other option would?
How about
be
white?
okay?
Yeah,
I was
white,
thinking
white
just
shutters.
white
White shutters.
White. Well, I don't mind a black foundation because it's existing, but I think the
What do you think?
I think
it's a contemporary interpretation
I think
of the historical house.
I would say if you want, you're hell bent on black shutters and black basement, I would keep the clapboard a lighter color, perhaps one of the
even-
gray colors.
yeah, or white, or even. I mean, I wouldn't go.
And other than that, if you want the blue, then I think the shutters need to be painted a lighter color.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Do
Do you want to come up with another idea? Because I think I'm hearing negative towards the proposed. So do you want to come up with another idea instead of us?
So what do you think about that?
A lighter shutter was one
A
suggestion.
lighter shutter or a different color for the clapboard, like a lighter color, lighter shutter or a lighter clapboard.
Yeah, like if it would be clapboard, Quaker gray, and the shutter is black and the basement black, if that would be something.
I'd be okay with that.
Mhm.
Or maybe even a lighter gray, like platinum gray. It's a shade lighter than Quaker.
You want to think about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. It's an important thing. It's gonna have a big impact on the house. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to hold for revision.
Okay.
Or more, yeah.
Thank you.
And if you
Thank
want
you.
it to
Thank
go
you.
to the Thursday meeting, you need to sign it tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, then that's Thursday, sorry, next Tuesday, because it's old business. Deadline tomorrow because of the holiday. All right?
Thank you.
Where are we?
Emergency.
Here's Rabbit Run. 21. For 24.
Oh,
And then
wait.
we'll take a small break or what?
No,
Okay.
it's only 6:20.
Okay, so 18 Rabbit Run. Run, rabbit, run.
Run, rabbit, run.
Rabbit, rabbit.
Rabbit one.
Oh, yeah. You have to see
What?
anything, you know? So you know them all the time. You can read it.
You grabbing it down?
Just for the record, I'm recused from the emeritus application.
Why don't you explain to us what you're applying?
Sure. The application includes two modifications. One is to change a window off of the dining area to a door, and then the other is to add a deck off the back of the house that's flanked by two masses that project off and block the visibility of it.
Is the south the front?
Yes, roughly.
So
So
where is the front door?
Upstairs.
I believe I didn't include all the elevations because the front of the house actually is not part of the modifications. So just include the two sides and the back.
Do you have any pictures?
I believe there are a couple pictures in the middle.
So the south you're saying is not the front.
The south is the front.
It's just doesn't have a traditional front door.
That's two.
Well, I mean, it's
Okay,
traditional, but it's not
so
six
then
panels.
the cardinal point is wrong on the front page because south, this is north.
I'm sorry?
Fa-
If you look at the site plan, there's an arrow.
It's north, facing the pool.
The elevations are this way.
I'm sorry. You're correct. I mistakenly labeled the
That's why I was
elevations backwards.
confused because it says south and that would be the front.
So the proposed deck is on the front of the house or not?
Yeah,
No.
proposed deck is on the back of the house.
Oh, see, the front has a front door.
Aha!
There you go.
Oh, it was revealed. Comments?
Yes.
Oh, yes, please. John.
The house is 233 feet around. 30% of that, 69. Yeah, you have 79. You gotta knock off 10 feet off of one of the things somebody does. Bring it to compliance. So take 5 off to here, or 5 off to here, whatever.
The overall length of the deck. The length of the deck, is that what you're saying? Reduce the deck. To reduce the width of the deck, is that what you're?
Reduce the
Yeah,
length.
You gotta lose some 10 feet
I
of
think
some
that
of this railing.
I would do another calculation. No, there isn't. He didn't give it to us.
The rest of it looks good. Thank you.
So, John, I have a question for you with regard to that, because these are not really decks, they're balconies that are round. So did you count that in your, I, yeah,
You don't get too many of them.
Jesse.
pretty much do not, but this is just some small revisions on the north side of the house, which is the back side. Nothing jumps out at me.
No.
And then, I'm not concerned about the east and the west elevation changes. So I'm okay with it.
Okay, so,
I don't have a problem with the deck, but if he wants, I would do my own calculation and come back with what your number is. I'm not entirely sure.
okay, so what are we gonna do
It
here?
doesn't seem like it's an overly exuberant.
I'm okay with what's been submitted, but,
This here shows you, if you have to take 10 feet off, the only place it can go, come off, would be this 10 feet right here, because it doesn't interfere with the door, getting
Take off.
on to it.
you could take 5 feet off on either side?
The 10 feet brings back to 79 to 69 feet total.
Well, I personally don't have a problem with it, but if you wanna make a motion, I mean,
I'm not entirely clear on that calculation. I thought it was the perimeter.
okay, so how, do I hear a motion to approve this, or do you want to hold it for, what do we wanna do?
Bring it back 8 feet anyway.
John, is it, you add up all the sides? You go like this, the perimeter, right?
Yeah.
Times 30,
The whole wall.
all the walls.
Right, 176 feet around the house.
It seems like there's more though than 176. So here's what I would do. I would say,
If you're under that, then then it's okay, you can pass it.
Hold it, you can do the calculation.
It's one of the last policies we haven't broken yet.
I know, but I'm not entirely clear on how that's done. And I think that look at the size of this house and what there is for deck.
All right, we can try that motion, and if it doesn't pass, we can go to something else. Do you wanna try a motion to bring it back 10 feet?
I'll try that. I'll make a motion to take, on the south elevation, the long deck, take out where there's 2 windows on the right side. And move the deck back because you got plenty of room over here. You got 16 feet over here, 14 feet over here. If you get from this one to that one.
That's what it was.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Okay, all in favor of John's motion?
I would prefer to hold and have him bring in revisions and perhaps show us a calculation.
Would you mind doing that?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. All in favor of
Second
Val's
motion.
motion?
Johnny, withdraw his motion? You have a
He hasn't really formed it. It's not set. All in favor of Val's motion to hold for, calculations on the deck
And revisions,
and revisions?
if necessary. How do you feel about that?
Okay, all in favor?
He's gonna bring it back with revision.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, this is the house with the
16 Orange, we question visibility as it be a flat roof read that way. If you can see, should be previously approved. Question visibility. Perceived as a flat roof.
Yes, this application includes modifying an existing deck on the back of the house. It's currently, I have some photos, I don't think we're in the application, it may be helpful to you. The existing deck is within a portion of the roof, whereas the proposed entire roof where the deck is becomes flat as I described it.
It's just for the flat roof with the
It
deck?
might be helpful if I pass this around. It's a couple of photos.
Yeah.
So it shows that deck on the
Mhm.
back, and essentially just increasing it slightly so that it takes up that whole portion of the massing.
John, this is the deck.
Okay.
So it's here, it's not, circle. It's here, right?
I believe where you're pointing is good.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't have a problem with this. I don't see
Make a motion.
that the roof being flat or having a slight pitch is gonna be
Looks good.
noticeable at all from,
Okay,
what's the street down below everybody's concerned about?
Union,
Union.
I have no concerns as well.
Motion to
John,
approve?
any concerns?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, any question? 16 orange, is this one? Yes. Should be highlighted, this one.
Okay, all in favor of Val's motion?
All right.
Aye. Jesse's.
Jesse's motion.
I had to ask him a question.
Okay,
What was your motion?
motion to approve.
Didn't get a quick look at it.
Oh, okay.
Is this on new construction?
That's a modification to an existing building.
Can you give me the picture, Ben, so we can throw it in? Hold on, I'll give you a picture.
Did you get
Here.
highlighted, Joe?
Yes.
Right here.
Where is it on the plan?
Oh, I just did that myself. It's right. Give me your pen. It's right here. So it's the south. The south, right here. I have it all kittywampus, that's why you can't show. Right there. And here's the picture.
Thank you.
All in favor, are you okay, John?
Yes, thank you.
All in favor of Val's motion?
Jesse's.
Jesse's.
Aye.
Jesse, you have the first one tonight, isn't it? No, it isn't.
No. A lot of motions to hold.
Okay. Thank you.
Ethan Street, the 160 Main.
And Mirka's here.
Do you want to go to back to 163?
Yes.
Sure.
Get them out of there.
Are we? Well, we had a lot of, there's so few people here with Ray gone and Diane's sick and Steve's not here.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Hi, Ethan. No, she hurt her leg or something.
Government.
I'll check in.
160 Main, rather have no dormers on front. Hung over, who's hung over? Hanging over front door, better than Z as one over they watch. I wish these people could write
I was
English.
at the meeting.
You were at the
I was
English
there
meeting?
yesterday, and two of
Say
the
what
members, there was 3 members. 2 of them had no problem with anything. One of the members didn't like the doghouse dormers in the front, and she suggested that if we did it, just have one above the door.
Okay,
So, but the other 2 members had no problem with anything.
alright. So, 2 dormers on the front of this.
Yeah, the dormers in the back were built in '88, and I have the plans in the small packet from the agency approval for those, and they weren't built correctly. They're sitting kind of on the gutters. There's a flat rubber roof membrane. But the idea is put the doghouse in the back and the shed in the back, doghouse in the front. Get headroom. And then there's a shower back with a propane tank and put the propane underground. Wood roof, take the asphalt roof off, make it wood roof, take the plastic downspouts off, make it all metal copper.
Alright, anybody wanna go first?
I have no concerns. I like the 2 dog houses versus one that balances the north elevation off there.
I agree with Jesse.
Yeah. John, what do you think?
One question. Dormer, and south elevation. These windows. They're listed as fire egress units.
Yep.
And if you can fit a baby on one of them, you're lucky.
What's that? No, they're 2.5 square feet.
Huh?
They're 2.5 square feet. They're required square footage.
If they're up there, how would they get out?
Because it's a casement, it's a door, pops open.
Cases and everything?
They are allowed. They're done all over Nantucket.
Huh?
They're done all over Nantucket. I've built millions of buildings.
Motorboats all over there too.
So, Val?
I think it's questionable, according to our policy.
I hear you.
They can fix.
Yeah, they're fixed when they're closed. When they're closed, they're fixed.
No, if you built in,
They'll be whatever you want.
solid.
Yeah.
Alright. Val? Valerie?
I don't have any concerns.
No concerns. No, and no,
Thank you.
any concerns?
No concerns.
No concerns. Do I hear a
Who's making
motion?
the motion?
I don't know, somebody.
Motion to approve as submitted.
John's making the
Oh,
motion.
sorry, John.
I made a motion, they would be fixed. He said yes.
Oh,
No, they're
no,
not
no,
gonna
no.
be fixed if they're egress
It's
windows.
the one in the bedroom is the egress. The others can be fixed.
So he needs one that's not fixed.
Yeah, because the existing windows in the house are like tiny.
You couldn't get out of that window.
It's,
Neither could I.
Right, do you understand the motion, Terry? For one of them being, an
Repeat
egress
the
window
motion.
and the others are,
Okay, what I have is motion to approve through staff with all but one window fixed for egress purposes. Those are dormer windows.
that's John McLaughlin's.
Someday I'm gonna die and you're all gonna miss me.
Yeah, well,
Of course we will.
Johnny, I miss
Thank
you every
you,
at
Ethan.
9 o'clock every Tuesday after you leave.
I can go anytime, I'm ready.
okay, that's silly.
What direction does that dormer face? South? Nantucket Road?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll just put facing Nantucket Road.
I lost something. Number 24.
We haven't gotten back to it. We went back to Ethan and now Mirka's here. We went back to Ethan, okay, and now Mirka's here. So we're gonna go back to her. Mirka for this one,
That
Loda.
lady,
Thank you.
She's here.
the crazy hair.
Okay, Mirka.
So, I just feel late for the plan. But
this submission it's like a revision to the landscape. Initially, we had a guest house which is not going to be built.
Wait,
So I'm just revising the submission, which is practically simplified what it was before. But the only change is, in addition, we would like to add a bocce court, which is in the farthest end of the property. So the drive, the south Maya Comet is practically just shared drive for these two properties. So there is really no like visibility of the bocce court.
So what are you proposing? I'm sorry, what's highlighted in blue?
Yes. So what's highlighted in blue is kind of the changes to initial proposal. So it will be boardwalk at the grade in the front of the house, and then a little patio with outdoor kitchen in the far end. This pool, I don't know if you remember, some of you might, it's sunken pool, which is like 2 feet in the ground, and then the bocce in the far end.
Okay.
So the kitchen though, what does that stick up or does it go down?
It's down. It's from the pool elevation, so practically it would be sticking out from the back a foot.
Okay.
Drops down that much.
Does anybody have a problem with this? It looks pretty simple to me.
No. And again, it's very like far deep in the property, so it's hard to see.
The kitchen isn't on the application.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Oh, is it okay to add it? Sorry, I apologize.
Board members?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think as long as we just get some information for the file about it, and that it's not going to stick up more than what you said, a
You
foot.
could put the stipulation on that, make sure it doesn't exceed.
Yeah. Yeah. They're still waiting for the
I mean,
doctor.
it's hardscape.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
That's all I saw about it.
what do you feel, Jesse?
And I can write it in. I apologize for that.
Yeah.
I'm doing this one right here, 6S9 Comet Ave.
So I'm assuming, I'm sorry, I couldn't
So
understand.
it's a boardwalk, a bocce court, a little deck on grade, and a sunken down kitchen by the pool, which goes down 3 or 4 feet.
What would, just, anybody, TJ, quiet.
I'm fine with,
The proposed?
Motion to
Val's
approve
approach
is
there.
submitted.
yeah.
With some information through staff about the kitchen and add it to the application. Aye.
Aye. All in favor. Val,
Aye.
could you take the next one? I'm gonna be
Okay.
right back.
To file.
No, it's just-
Okay. Okay.
No, yeah.
It's not ready.
You got plenty longer to go.
Now, 20 years ago might be.
My grandma is, she's 94, or she turns 94, in January. Still driving and everything.
All right. So
Stress, stress.
Is that what does it? Stress?
Marty's here.
Hospital, last week. The whole system broke down. Salt, stress.
Is that why you sent that email out?
Huh?
Is that why you sent that email out on Tuesday? You gonna be cremated or something like that?
I gotta go away, they gotta wait for them to call me. That's what I'm waiting for, the call. When to be there, you know, they're gonna do check everything, you know?
Yeah.
Get me ready for it, big sign, you know?
You're dead last almost.
That foolish thing. That never happened, I don't know what the hell.
I wonder what it was. Was it an emergency call or what was
I
it?
don't know, all of a sudden.
Emergency function?
The push it to shut it off, and it didn't
What
shut
are you
off.
here for? 24.
Bernice?
Okay. Looks like you're gonna be next. Oh, this is nothing. We're usually right here at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, we're only, 7.
Okay.
They already wrote it.
Okay.
There's a thing called the German schmear. You take the line, you take like you paint the basement, right, the bricks, paint them any color you want,
Okay.
right? Then, right, you take that old house, it's got that contemporary, black on black, right? The black basement. Take it and you can put a thin wash.
Smear it on there?
Just smear.
Smear it on.
German smear. And it's a thin limestone, like a limestone. It's not limestone, but it's like a limestone look. And you put it over the bricks.
It fades it a little bit or that.
Well, you wipe it off with rag
Yeah.
while you're doing it. To the point which you want. Now the in between the bricks, where all the ground is, becomes like cream cheesy white.
That's why they call it the smear.
That's why they call it the smear.
My first job was at a bagel shop, and I just want to smear.
Yeah. So so when you take a house where they're doing a contemporary program like that,
Yeah.
and they're bringing it up, you can add a historic finish to it by giving it the German smear. It's very easy work, and and you're not taking away that black foundation from the house. You also can tint the smear. So you could make it slate gray with the black. You know, I mean, you could so you can allow somebody to update their look, but still at the same time have the foundation read in a historical fashion. And I mean, it's just.
What do you call that?
German smear.
Like crackling furniture.
Yeah. It'd be like, so it'd just be going around it. If you Google it, my phone like that, the German schmear.
It reaches out the line in the concrete.
Trying to find one with a painted foundation. Most of them are just, looks like it kind of whitewashes the bricks.
So, yeah, the whitewash brick. Let's see if we can find that black. There's one in here.
You type in painted or something.
Right. Well, that's the idea. Is that if you look at the bricks, when they get finished down, right?
I
so
like that.
Now that's probably has three coats of
cream cheese
three coats on it.
It's irregular on purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that depends on the age of the foundation, how deep the ground
So
is.
one
everything like
smears. What do you call them?
Sorry.
So a real light smear.
I love your earrings.
And it's
Thank
gonna,
Those are
it's
They're
gonna
light.
read black.
beautiful. They're what?
It'll
They're
read
light,
black
not
when you have
heavy.
that.
They're
And then
really
you can
light.
make that ground, light black, if you could say, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like almost a dark stone, granite gray.
And so you dye it, and you dye it with
Rustication.
Yeah.
And so it allows
Like that.
you, when you get into those situations where somebody's trying to contemporize the historic house to
What
soften
are you,
it a
what
little
address?
bit.
24.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank
There's
you.
one. That's a good one. The schmear.
20, Pocomo?
Yeah, but that's the
70
way they look.
77 Pocomo?
Well, it is in most cases. It is. But that's, so you could take that black, you could paint that dark green, do that smear on top, and then when you wipe that off, if you wipe it off with a sponge, it comes off, cleaner, a little bit wet. And if you wipe it off with a rag, it becomes more. So it's an easy way to take one of these overly crisped out federals.
Well, this was a little house, that guy that was here for it, and it's the dark green.
Get into it.
Okay.
Thanks, Marty.
77 Pocomo Road.
Do we have a picture of the house?
Yeah, we have some pictures.
This is the landscape application.
I know, but we like to have the house to,
Is this the house in the picture? Or
No, that's just an example of the crushed paving and the pavers.
because we don't have an idea of,
They actually submitted the house to Ella.
Terry, did you get the name for the name of the applicant, Terry? Did you get the name of the applicant?
No, Bernice Waller. Thank you.
she just had it in the file because they didn't give it to us. Huh? The house is approved. I just asked for a picture of the house, because it wasn't on here.
Can you tell us what you're doing?
Yes. We're proposing a shell driveway, a cobble apron, bluestone walkways to the front door and the side door, a series of steppers that would get you to the rear lawn, with a pool with a bluestone coping and an attached bluestone terrace. We also have a fire feature element that we're proposing within the bluestone terrace adjacent to the swimming pool.
How high is what is the height of it? The fire feature?
18 inches.
Is there any indication of the vegetation around the lot sides? I understand that it goes right down to the water, but
Yeah, we don't have any pictures.
it's hard without knowing what's around the property to.
There's just native, basically 8 to 10 foot high vegetation on either
That's
side
probably
yard.
zero, right?
Yeah, and the house has been moved back.
The house has been moved back from the water from the existing house.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
I think clarification of the vegetation on either side is kind of important to me.
Here.
Um,
Oh, it's not the house that was there. This is a new house, right?
Jesse, would you like to make some comments while I in the picture?
Yeah, I mean, we could do a view, but it looks like the house, it's away from the water. The house is moved back. It's at, at a higher elevation, obviously, than the water level, at 21, 19 and a half. Natural vegetation, what will be growing out there? It's, like your typical Nantucket bramble, viburnums and bayberries and beach plums and that, but I wouldn't know if
Make
there's-
that part of your.
I wouldn't know. I mean, there could be invasives in there. I don't know.
Well, and where is the driveway on here? I mean, I know it's right here, but does it go to Pocomo Road or on the
Well,
site? It looks like it comes off a different road.
The locus is, yeah, it doesn't show the full plan, but the locus map, you can see that it has that kind of L shape taking the driveway to
All the way from
Pocomo Road.
Yeah, the
So-
driveway is straight, it's essentially straight with a small wiggle.
This is like a truncated site plan on this sheet.
So,
Yeah, I understand that. I just am trying to see how we're going to screen the pool from neighbors and so forth. Because you haven't called out the vegetation on either side.
We're proposing to maintain the existing
That's not there.
vegetation.
right, so that's what I'm just trying to
So it
understand.
looks like this wiggly line is the existing.
And it's not
edge of
moving that
vegetation.
house back, it's a brand new house, I
when you-
think.
Oh, it's good.
Isn't it?
It's a new
If you
house.
look
Yeah,
at the,
yeah, that
aerial,
house is
it's
gone.
Looks like native.
Can I see the aerial?
Yeah, sure.
I think where that house is now where the yard is.
Where that house is
Mhm.
mostly where the lawn is proposed. The road side of the house is where the pool would begin.
Okay, so, John, what are your thoughts?
Auto cover?
Yes.
This is public
Correct.
access right here.
No fencing?
Looks like
No
that.
fencing and auto
Just
cover in
another
lieu
lot.
of fencing.
Thank you.
Yeah, it might be a little lower.
Val, did you go?
Yeah, I just, I'm just not familiar with it, and we typically ask for more stuff, but, I'll see what my constituents think.
TJ?
I'm okay with it.
Keeping the natural vegetation
Yeah.
on either side
Absolutely, yeah.
and adding some to make sure that on the time of inspection that you cannot see the swimming pool from
Yes.
anywhere.
Question.
Go.
Is this the house?
No, sir. That's an example of the fire.
Okay, I'm trying to relate this cabana with future cabana.
No, the cabana is being, under a separate HDC application.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say that, you know, other than the pool, the landscape itself is very simple.
Yeah.
It's not complicated at all. And then when you look at the pool and the hardscape surrounding it and the viewability, there really is none. I mean, you're 20 feet above sea level.
Okay, so make that into a
Motion to approve?
motion for, and
With the pool.
with the caveat of, well, keeping the natural vegetation and so forth.
Yes, that one.
Cut and paste that one in. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
8 more to
Thank
go.
you.
Yep, they're dropping like
Take us 3
flies.
hours.
Then we go to Jesse's house, Chipperfield.
Well, be careful, because my house is, or my old house is being
Evergreen,
lifted up and moved to a new place.
good evening.
Evening, guys.
How are you? Good, how are you?
Well, and you?
Oh, yeah.
Good, and you?
Yes, I played, I quit. They wanted to shoot me about an hour ago.
Well, we had some difficult ones.
You gotta believe it.
Well, this is a new home on Evergreen, out by the airport. It's kind of modeled after the ones that were done over that new development you're going up Cisco there on the right hand side of Vesper Street. Just the standard, your standard typical added
Hawthorne Park, you
Yes,
mean the
that
one where
Oh.
the vegetation was going to screen
Oh,
some
I
of the
know.
rather unusual elements
Don't
and
ask me about vegetation, okay? So this is
That
just,
one?
this is just, an additive vast house, in this location by the airport. So, pretty simple.
Height is what?
29 feet.
Where, are you taking down something that's there?
That's a lot.
Oh, cause
lot
what,
2, it's not, it's been subdivided. It's not on the GIS map yet. The plan on the site plan shows the subdivided portion of the lot, of that lot.
oh,
Okay?
Stephen, how would we know that?
That's the only way I can tell you because that's
You
all
could
there,
draw it
that's all
on
there
there.
is. Okay?
The dormer is way back, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Back to the end of it there. Yeah. So,
Is that front door higgledy-piggledy on purpose? Is that,
what do you mean?
you got,
That's
no, I'm just kidding. Comments?
oh no, there's a 2-panel. It's a 2-panel with
Deep roof?
yeah,
Big roof.
yeah, correct.
I think the tent roof is a little bit high.
Yeah, it needs to come down.
what it is?
Okay.
Yeah, over the front door.
Oh, I can move that lower if you want.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like, look at how much space is up there.
Yeah, I can pull it down another foot. Fine, sure. What I did, well, with the back there, all I was doing was trying to pull this to the same line. If I didn't, then I missed, I could lower that.
Okay.
Okay?
Is
I'll
it
go
a-
down a foot, how's that?
That would be good.
Okay.
Anything else? John?
Okay. D&E window. Okay. We're here somewhere.
On the window schedule, John. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
D&E.
Awning.
Huh?
Awning. AW. Awning window.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Alright?
That's on.
Yep.
On and on.
Okay?
On.
D.
When
D
you
is the
do
casement.
this, like a big, huge basement.
She is up here.
Is
No, D.
32 feet?
D is a casement. E is an awning.
Yeah, yeah, but
It's a
it's
double hung.
measured from 4
Oh.
feet
Okay.
Okay?
out, right, usually?
The awning and the casement should be fixed.
There's a new average grade.
In your
Yeah.
opinion, yes.
That must
No, and the board's opinion.
I don't mind them. I actually like them.
Well, so, you see, that's my question there. What do
Yeah,
you do about them?
Are
They
you,
were awning and casement, those 2 windows, correct, yes. So,
anything else, John?
I can fix.
Let's see your opinion. Would you want to add something else?
That's what I'm.
That's it for now. Val?
Where is that? I don't,
Awning
The
windows
awning's
in the.
the awning's in the
in
third floor
in the
dormer, Val.
Dormer.
okay? And the casement's in the shower. There's 1 casement.
where is that on here?
It's on the driveway side.
East elevation,
Oh,
third
Okay.
floor.
It's not on the front of the house. It's on the
Yeah,
driveway
right
side. Yeah. That's all.
It needs,
It's over the,
oh, the driveway side is the, where you see the house.
no. Hang on. Forget it.
Yes, 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 yes.
I'll go back. You are 200 feet from the road. This is the street here. Okay?
Where is the front door?
Right here. That's the front door. This is, right here above that is where the four-light casement is on the side. This is the side elevation, is four-light casement. Okay?
I thought he was talking about these.
No, he's talking about this one. These are awnings. That's the casement window.
What difference does it make? They
Steve,
both crank out.
Yeah.
Sorry, what is the overall height?
29 feet for the major, main mast, the back half's lower.
Is it, was somebody questioning the height?
It's in the
No,
neighborhood.
no, I was just asking Jesse how they do the overall height thing, because isn't it from 4 feet out from the building, and you have this
The
big
main-
area way, and the building's 29 feet, so how does that work?
The area ways
Yeah.
is not included in those calculations. It's from the three sides. It's 29 feet tall. The area way is below grade, so they don't count that portion. Or if you average it, it was still below the 30 feet. But I haven't known anybody to average an area way. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, all right, TJ?
This is a handsome house, Steve, and I wonder what the color scheme is.
Kathy?
Colors are trim Quaker gray.
Yeah.
Doors black and steps black.
All right.
Handsome.
Sounds like it could work.
Jesse?
Sign that, you guys.
I saw it. Anything else?
Right, there's 1, 2, 3 windows. C, D, and E. My comment there is they should be either fixed or hot and built in.
No. All right,
Your decision.
Thank you.
all right, do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to approve it with windows C, D, and E be fixed or hopper. Standard.
And the pen roof moved down slightly.
Sorry?
A foot.
Yeah, a foot.
A foot or two.
A foot. You can't put it down 2 feet, or you get.
Can't open the door.
Get in the
No,
door.
no, just to take up some of that space over
Yeah,
the
let's
door.
get rid of some of the shingle space.
All in favor
Aye.
of
Aye.
John's motion? Aye.
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 Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great job.
I know.
There.
Uh-oh, Val's up next. This is a good
Oh no, I'll wait,
Oh, yeah?
because Marty's here. I'll wait, I'll hold mine till the end.
Don't be nice.
C, D, and E windows, is that what you
Yes.
said?
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you? Is it fine? No.
No, that's
Yeah.
15 Exeter.
Yes, it's gone to God.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, I'm gonna hold mine, Marty. You've been waiting.
That one, 26?
25 Millbrook?
Skipping BPC?
I am holding mine till the end.
Okay, motion.
And DPC, local representation?
Yeah.
Yes, motion to hold, 27 and 28 for representation.
Representation.
For reputation.
We have 25A Pine, High Street.
I'm holding that till the end so these guys can be heard.
My God, do you have to, how many times do you have to say it?
Morning for you, isn't it?
Oh my God, oh my God.
Remember that.
Are you gonna be doing some smearing?
Schmear. I like the schmear personally.
Isn't that what they put on the French chateaus? Don't they smear
That's the
those?
look, yeah.
Yeah.
But the nice thing about it is you do this, you paint the brick, you do the smear,
Yeah.
and then you take a roller and you
Vestal
roll
Street?
the black paint right over the top.
Oh my.
Again.
Is this the Sandy Drive house?
And it, you know, it kind of gives it a
look.
You know, so it reads black, but it says I'm aged.
And does it grow mold?
No.
Like naturally?
It can.
He's not going to do the project.
And sometimes when you add the smear, the paint starts to fleck a little bit. You know, but it stops. One of the things I've been being bugged about is how crispy some of these places are looking.
So we got
Meaning they're well, no, the paint's so shiny.
The paint has gotten so shiny, it's amazing.
I mean,
And
I
even
think
on
that's the
cars.
question that should be asked. What's
Yeah.
the finish on the paint? Are you doing it?
Super gloss.
Okay, let's reel it in.
Come on, kids,
All
let's
right.
reel it in.
What are you doing, Marty?
So there's a shed. John, you know this guy that used to own the house on Vestal back in the corner there. Nice old guy.
Oh.
He used
Hussey, the Hussey house.
yeah,
They caught it.
nice people. And I used to mow the lawn next door. And one day he came over and we were talking, so I mowed his lawn for him and we kept talking. But he had this little wood shop in the backyard.
Beautiful.
It's a great little shed.
Oh, this is great.
And so somebody called me up and said, this is gonna get demolished, do you want it? I went over, took a look, and then I realized it was the house and I knew the guy. So I said, sure, I'll take it. So I had Toscana over there today taking a look. It looks like we can get it down the street without cutting down any trees or doing anything. So I'm just gonna take it over to the farm and repurpose it.
Is that the herb garden you're putting it in?
No, the herb garden's across from it.
Oh, the herb garden's this larger space, or?
This is Wunder.
It's cute.
That's German for wonderful.
Yeah.
Aw.
So I mean, you know, the one thing that I haven't shown here that, you know, if my wife decides that she wants it insulated, I would shell it.
Just you'd rip the
You'd
shingles
sell
off,
it,
put some
or
insulation.
You
do
put
more
2x6s outside and make it 6 inches thicker, bigger.
Oh.
That's all. And put it right back just like it is. You slide the same window back out. It's gonna have the same old windows. I'm not doing anything to them.
It's fine.
Yeah, whatever.
It's no touch.
I was so worried about that. There's damn few of those shops left around this island.
I'm telling you, the wood, the workbench in there is a piece of carpentry.
Is that
It's a
Reggie's?
piece of it's like the guy made furniture in there, and he had a wall that the wall came apart so that you get the furniture out. The door was small, so you get the furniture out. You could take the wall apart. That's where I'm putting the chimney.
Do I hear a motion on
Motion
this
to
one?
approve.
Thank
Aye.
you.
Aye, thank you.
Thank you, Val.
You're welcome. All right, I
That's the
am
thing,
going
huh?
to the
It's got an
ladies'
old
room. I'm not
whirligig
sitting on the
post
next one.
on
I'm
the
recusing.
end of the building. And my son made one in high school, so I'm gonna put his
Yep.
whirligig on top of it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's fun.
Maybe I should make
Could be the
one.
doghouse.
I'm gonna save the old stuff. My wife will send me there. Thank you.
Thank you. Last but not least.
What number are you?
15 Exeter?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, and you are
Chris
the garage apartment. Fun.
Oh, the same hat?
I was wondering what happened.
Nice
You just
big
never know where
lot.
I'll turn up, I guess.
No, Exeter and then Dartmouth.
It's a nice lot.
It is, it's beautiful. Some old customers of mine that just bought it a year ago. They were down in Shop for years, and now they're really loving it. They got some space out there.
Great.
I'm pretty jealous when I pull in the driveway.
Yeah, there's nothing like space on Nantucket.
Oh. I'm on Mason's Lane. I feel like I'm in a railroad car with my property. Skinny long lots.
Oh. Okay, you wanna just, are we waiting for Val?
No,
Oh, could you explain your project to us?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a attached by breezeway, via breezeway, garage apartment. The only thing that I did pick up on, and my apologies, I didn't get it to the CAD draftsman, and the front doors were just supposed to be plain white on the garage doors instead of that wood finish.
Sorry, what are they, like a 3-panel
Yeah.
remote thing?
Yeah, exactly. Clopay probably would be the manufacturer. Just do basic white, painted white, no windows.
And then you
8
have
by 8.
tent roof in the back there at south, on the south elevation over the side door?
I'm sorry.
This is strange. What is this?
That's the breezeway. Which connects to
Oh,
the
I
house.
see, that's a section,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha.
And it's pretty simple. I put a little deck off to the back, second floor only. No rubber deck. Took out the windows on the north facing wall, north wall, on the first floor, because there was really nothing to look at out there, and figured we would cut down on our energy bills a little bit.
Colors? Trim?
Natural.
To match the house?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you do a garage door in natural instead of painting it white?
I would. The wife. You know,
The
just
wife
trying to-
wants a
she
white
wants
door?
White to match the windows, I guess. Yeah.
Roof matching house, I don't know what the house is.
You know what? I went out there and I was, you know, I've roofed a lot of houses in my days. I'm gonna call it. It's probably like a Harvard slate, but it's got like some pinkish hues to it too. So I was gonna wait until I knew exactly.
Pinkish hues? Well,
Yeah, it's
I.
a little different.
Is the window color white, Chris?
Yes.
What's natural to weather then?
All the corner boards.
Okay. Well, but you.
Exterior white, exterior trim. The actual windows are white, but the trim will be natural. The corner boards will be natural.
So the corner
Posts.
boards are natural, but the trim around the windows is white?
No, they're natural as well.
Oh, it's that, oh, okay.
Just the sashes are white, I'm sorry. Should have specified that.
Okay, so, TJ?
I think it feels pretty straightforward, and I think it's appropriate. Thank you. Yeah.
Jesse?
No issues.
John?
Well,
Alrighty then.
Thank you very much.
All in
Thank you.
favor?
You guys have a great night.
You too.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Come on up, Mrs. Oliver.
Oh, it's me?
Oh,
Yeah.
You're it.
Which one am I doing?
25A Pine Street.
Oh, yeah.
Address out to me. Probably not in with it.
This is a project that Nathan came in and did the house. Nathan.
McMurrow?
No, not Ethan. Nathan.
From?
What's Nathan's last name?
McMullen.
Yeah. Hello. But they asked me to do the hardscape because they didn't want to bother him when he was ill.
Oh, when he was sick, yeah.
So he was like, oh, right.
What was wrong with him?
He had some sort of health situation. But anyway, you know the house. It was Steve Butler's dad's paint shop.
Yeah, you guys worked on this. I wasn't on it before.
So I had two big garage doors and the whole front of it now. I did provide you with a now and a future. I thought I had given color too with pictures. But anyway, we are breaking up the existing brick driveway that goes from side to side with a wooden path in the middle with stepping stones, grass. Right now, in front of where the garage doors were is like concrete, and they don't want to chisel it out and plant something, so we're proposing boxes, like window boxes, except they're on grade.
Nice.
To, again, break it up and give it some green. Picket fence natural to weather on the left between the shell driveway that belongs to the people at the house next door. And then the brick path on the right is there. We're covering the AC unit that's tucked in the corner there with a natural to weather picket fence, a little section of picket fence and a gate behind the cement stoop, some stepping stones, and then a bluestone patio. The fence along the left-hand side, I wish I knew what was right or left, sorry.
The stepping stone
is already there. We're going to plant climbing hydrangeas on it, just so it will break up the existing fence, and I think that's it.
Great. Oh, John's already folded it up.
I'll try my time over. Any comment
Ah.
by Jesse?
Okay, Jesse, would you like to make those comments that John just turned
Motion
over
to
to you?
approve as submitted.
I say
John,
nice
Tim.
job.
What did they say?
Oh, sorry. Driveway, one side should go to grass, right side. Path up middle is atypical of drive. Raised planters, not appropriate. No raising. Everything was just said.
Well, their window boxes, more or less. I mean,
I like the raised planters.
Well, then what else can you do?
Right.
It's cement.
I think it's gonna work out nicely.
Yeah, I like it too. Oh, here.
did you vote on it?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I believe John did.
John
Oh.
folded and.
Jesse did, I'm sorry. I wanna put words in
All
there.
right, so who else is here?
JB, he would like to be moved to Thursday, so you need to make a motion to hold him to Thursday.
Motion to move 31 and 32 to Thursday. Does that mean the ones that we already held representation move to Thursday?
Well, that's
These
the next
two
question.
are
You
moving
guys
to
want it on
Thursday?
Or
Blue?
next Tuesday?
Mhm.
Well,
Thursday. I guess.
we are.
Wait, what, yeah,
The
because,
reason that we're meeting Thursday is because 27 North Liberty Street had already arranged to meet on Thursday, although they're not gonna be heard. And but there's also two applications that did not sign up for the meeting that were left off, and we were having a Thursday meeting, so I told them that I took them off
okay, so that's at 1 o'clock in the,
at 1 o'clock on Thursday.
okay.
So should we not move all of these to Thursday
I mean,
because
I'll
that's
move-
gonna take forever?
I mean, I can call them, it's just, I mean, there aren't, how many are there?
There's quite a few. There's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, wait, 7.
Well-
Can you call them out?
Put them on Tuesday.
Oh, wait a minute, okay,
because don't you think it's
27
at
was
27?
Benny.
That's a special
Number
meeting for,
12.
yeah.
Okay.
So Kathy,
Number 14, Pember, okay, 1536 Orangeville C. Well, that's Gray, so he's not gonna be here anyway. So would Kimchi. Yeah, okay, yeah, so those two, yeah, Kathy, 1015. 1015. And.
Very high possibility.
15. Baruso, number 6. It's going to 1015, that's 2 days.
I miss you.
Okay, Michael Hurst for Hyatt, number 19. Okay, so that was it. The 16th? No. I mean, 10th? The 10th.
Yeah.
I guess. So that's it.
It's not an actual application. Okay.
Okay, so 27 real. Sorry. First, you said it's going to 10. Yeah. Okay, the next one is 27, Okay, yeah, and then, yeah. I mean, do you guys want them to go to 10? I mean, I don't know if they'll show up, but I'll call them. I mean, it's just. And last one is Cougar Sullivan. Yeah, yeah, it just needs to be said in the motion, because what's happening is people aren't signing up for meetings and they're putting it on me, and it's a lot. They have to get in the habit of coming into the office and signing up. So, 14 yeah, that was the. So 27 North Liberty is an application.
I thought it wasn't.
No, I thought it wasn't also, but I was mistaken. So they put an application in, they went to historic structures. Should we be talking about this?
Yes, bring it up.
Yeah, because
Under
I want to
other
know if I
business.
have to be there.
No, well, they're going to ask to be put on another meeting because they wanted historic structures to view the application, but they did not have a quorum. So they're gonna ask Diane tomorrow if she's, well, try Thursday if she's there, to be moved to the next new business meeting. So there's that, because historic structures are gonna meet to the 21st. So, usually they were gonna meet on Thursday, but now they can't.
I'm confused.
So, originally.
What doesn't make sense to me, and I'll tell you why, because I wasn't on that, but I thought they withdrew it.
They did, and
They
then they
did.
put a new application in, and I didn't know it was, they put a new application in, and they signed up for this week's meeting, but they needed to go on Thursday, so I checked with Diane, and I put them on Thursday. The meeting wasn't posted till this morning, because they don't post the Thursday meeting until Tuesday morning. So, historic structures did not have a quorum to review that application, so they wanna wait till historic structures reviews it, which that means we have to wait 2 more weeks.
Okay.
So since they're on the agenda and they're scheduled to go, and I already have people coming on Thursday, I told them to show up and ask the chair to be moved in the motion to the next new business meeting. 'Cause
That's why we have to show up
well,
Thursday.
there's a
Okay.
couple others that
Okay.
did.
Yeah.
What's happening in the office is because you're not signing up, and so I sign up. I do the agenda according to the sign up sheet, not the.
So
I
for
review
old
the
business, you
application.
mean?
I'm sorry.
For old business?
They will be on a new business.
No, I know, but I.
Yeah. Well, see, but they have to. See, that has to be in the motion at the meeting.
Okay, so we'll show up and make that motion for 2 more weeks to
Yes,
to
that's
view.
what they want, because they want historic structures to view the application, and
Right.
they only meet every 2 weeks, and so. Because it's just kind of I mean, they wanted them to meet early, and I said, I can't do that because, the historic structures meet every 2 weeks, so I can't be making meetings for opposition and applicants. They have to kind of, that's not my problem. No, they would have to. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and then plus we have a meeting we have a holiday on Monday, so, it's just easier. They all agreed to wait till historic structures meet on the 21st. Does that make sense?
Not really, but we'll come on Thursday. Who can come on Thursday?
Well, I'm hoping Diane can come on Thursday, but.
Do we know, so because it's a new application, are there new people on it? Or is it a holdover from the last?
No, it's a new application.
Okay.
A brand new application, and they've got streetscapes in, they've got everything in, but they wanted historic structures to review it, and
Yeah.
they could not because they didn't have a quorum.
All right, well, let's just.
Do they make the 48-hour rule?
No,
Yeah,
no.
are they
No.
filing something?
No, I put them on Thursday's agenda, and I posted that this morning, so that's the 48-hour rule.
Okay.
They were requested, they asked before, I thought they just wanted to come in and chat about it, so that was my fault. They actually put an application in and signed up the legit way, but they wanted to meet on a Thursday, so I asked Diane, so I put them on Thursday the 10th, which was posted this morning. But because historic structures couldn't review the application yesterday, they did not have a quorum for that specific application because of app.
As soon as you
issues.
pick up whatever ones we have.
Yeah.
Thank
And and also 2 applicants didn't sign up for the meeting, so.
I have one other comment. Is this gonna be discussed Thursday?
I think we should discuss it today and at least get it up and running, and if we wanna amend it, we can later.
Yeah.
Because tonight was a perfect example of people not having what we need to make a decision. It takes way too much time to figure it out.
Well, you stick to it and show them, that's it. know,
You
if
guys
say
saw
you-
that, right? It got emailed to all of us
pictures.
about,
Well, I
have all your
actually-
stuff or we won't review it.
I actually
Where's the other
one?
made it here,
No.
it's yesterday.
I think Kathy's right. If she says it's incomplete, get it back
Yeah,
today
it's
by
a
4
lot
o'clock
of
or
work.
something. Should we do that? You say it's 4 o'clock filing time,
No,
And-
so,
and it's 3 o'clock. If she goes and gets something, brings it back, and she file, if it's before 4.
It's noon is the
yeah,
deadline.
there is a deadline. See, we're getting new staff and going electronic, and we need to rein this stuff in. People can't be coming in on the 11th hour, switching plans, signing up, calling me, off-island architects calling, wanting to put on a new business, on an old business agenda. We just can't
I think
It's
part of the
needed
problem
technical,
is
yeah.
that we need a dedicated staff to just HDC. This sharing and having other people help is ineffective for
Aren't we
us.
looking for somebody?
Yeah, it's just, in other words, you gotta be firm.
No?
Do you know what I mean? So your mission is HDC, but all the other general staff is just wonderful, pleasant, lovely people who just take paperwork, and nobody is invested enough to look and see what is the, like the Karens and the Dorises of the old days, like, no, we're not taking it.
So the good news is that Holly will be helping you a lot, so that will happen. So we are going electronic, and we are getting new staff.
That's scary.
So we need to, yeah, we need to start reining this stuff in, because, I'm not gonna put up with it to be, I just.
No,
It's too much for the office to do, and they
It
don't
wasn't never
realize-
like that. It's kind of like this.
You need somebody who is directly, I say it again, invested in the HDC process. Somebody who will stand there on the day that people are bringing applications in and go through them, not just say, thank you.
How about,
Kind of like
I've
we do
got
for a
a,
building permit.
I have one other comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had another comment. In the way we do things at the table, they sit down and they say, okay, make the presentation. Well, if it's highlighted and everything's ready to go, there's no sense in here to say, we ask the questions, not them.
Right.
And they, you know who I'm speaking of. She sits down, she's got to run through, you get 42 photos on one of those applications. I think it was 85 Center Street. Oh, it costs a lot of money.
You're on some
have a nice night. Kathy, I don't think you have my right email for some reason. I'm not getting anything from you.
Okay.
Can we double check that?
Yeah.
Because I think somehow it got
What's your phone number, Abby?
617-723-6496.
Everybody in the
Got it.
man get that?
Okay, I know, yeah, probably shouldn't have said that. Yeah, so I just wanted to get this letter out. I wanna put it on the website. We will be working on updating the checklist, like, today just meeting, We're gonna be making it more user friendly, because it's too broad and generic. We just get so many applications in. We get over 100 for like new business and plus lifetime, so we just need to hone it in and be more specific. And that will go on the website too, and we I think Steve is gonna do that with me and we'll do it like that.
Wow.
We were doing that.
What were we doing?
Doing a new application.
I spent so many hours redoing those applications. I have them for posterity.
And I actually also have, so anyway, so can we take a vote on the yes, thank you.
It's not really a letter, is it? It's a memorandum.
It's a comment.
No, that's not
It was a nice comment.
Can I get a motion to approve the memorandum?
the enforcement.
Approve what?
Enforcement memorandum.
All in favor?
Repeat the minutes?
No, we're gonna approve the letter.
Oh, the letter, oh, okay.
Yes.
Good.
Aye.
Aye.
And so,
Could I ask if you're gonna approve minutes?
Somebody approve the minutes.
From what? Date?
September 10th, 12th, 13th, and the 22nd.
So
Can
moved.
I get a motion to approve the minutes of
Yes.
September 12th, 13th, and the 26th?
12, 17.
10, 12,
10, 12,
17, 26.
17, and 26.
So,
So moved. I mean, thank you. I mean, aye.
aye.
There is a really quick one to point out a little change that under review, that's supposed to read the 19th. If she's 17th in there again, that's supposed to read the 19th. And the 24th is. It's not the station.
okay, so I know Steve, was working on the mission statement, the town website, and I don't know if we circulated that through us. Okay, so we'll hold that. So I also wanted to tell you that Holly has
propose another, an updated like-kind application and would like to make the presentation next Tuesday before the meeting for a vote. I think, I can email you all the website.
Why can't we comment it? Why can't you send it to us in an email and we comment back instead of presenting?
Okay.
Can't we, is there a phone issue with that?
Yeah. No, I mean, I can do that. So
We just say-
I didn't know if you were going to be there to answer the questions or.
Yeah, well, I won't even be here for
Next to, what is it?
It's after, Wednesday and
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Don't share me, Sean.
Yes, John.
What do you think?
You made a motion
No.
to accept the memorandum,
Yes.
not to approve it, but accept it. And then
Accept
we
it.
can work on it.
I'm indifferent either way. She can send it to us and we make
Okay.
comments, or she
Okay.
can come in and present. That's awesome too.
I just don't know if it's gonna take up time.
Yeah. Okay, I'll discuss that with her.
Okay.
But either way, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
That is good. Oh my God.
I don't know if I can stand it.
I apologize for the interruption of that damn telephone.
Oh.
That dragged. I can't accept, this new electronic world.
Will it turn back on now?
I don't know, you should. I have to go off and put it in my pocket.
Can we also,
Okay.
on the Hillary report, presentation to the HDC, can that be on a Thursday too, instead of?
We'll wait for Ray to discuss it. He asked me
Okay.
to put that on, and he also asked me to put, discussion of recommendations to make with the planning board on possible warrant articles.
Maybe you need to, is it not charged?
You turned
So
it off.
usually when you turn it, when you shut it, it shuts off.
My mother has a Yitabon.
Yeah, when you turn it on,
We are having
Oh,
a
no.
recommendation
supposed to do something.
Yeah.
No,
that
just
Tuesday.
to say yes.
No, but do you
Okay.
think maybe it ran out of juice? It needs to get plugged in?
You did something on the side, did you see that?
So you put these things on the side. I can't see it. The guy's going to Auburn for the winter next month.
Who?
The guy I can't take for, he bought it from me.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm just wondering if it ran out of power. Oh,
what is this thing?
it's just powering up. Powering up.
Just as long as it doesn't start ringing.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the company.
What did he push on?
He pushed on off. You gotta hold it for a second. My mother has one of those, so I'm sort of familiar with it.
Very nice. Well, I'm going, motion to
Yeah.
adjourn? Are we?
But I can't
Wait.
understand
So,
that.
sounds good to me.
We just do it for when she's walking.
Wait, Kathy's got one more thing
I
here.
will watch it. Side question.
Hey! But for the organizational meeting on the 29th, would you all just email me what you would like to discuss? Okay.
Okay.
And I will remind you again next Tuesday about that.
Okay.
Okay.
We must have an ongoing list of stuff we just never get to.
Probably everything in here.
Brevity.
Yeah, and then, most likely you'll have an old business meeting on that Thursday.
I will be
And how
handing
many,
out
I know,
candy
I know.
to 800, 2,000 lucky little children.
Not 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
I'll be getting ready.
Where are you doing?
I have to paint myself blue. Yes.
Kathy and Terry, thank
Yes,
you.
Terry, you should
Thank you
come
very
by.
much.
Thank you,
I
guys.
tried to
come by, you know.
Motion to adjourn.
Yes. All in favor? All in flavor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, 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 aye.